Welcome back to Princesses Save Dragons. We've been on a bit of a hiatus, but thank you so much for joining us. We are back. I'm Jess, as ever. I am your GM guide. And let's meet our princesses, starting with Christina.
Hey everyone, I'm Christina, and I'll be playing Mama. I'm your resident cleric. Don't die!
Zan.
Hi, I'm Zan. I'm playing Yrza, the Storm Herald Barbarian, Queen of Snow.
And Margaret.
Hi everybody, I'm Irie. I am your creepy tentacle warlock buddy. So
Alright, and as you can see, Leilani, Layla, and Mikali are all off tonight. Let's wish them all happy holidays. So, mwah, to them.
Happy holidays.
And, happy first night of Hanukkah to anybody who celebrates.
And anyone who celebrated the solstice yesterday.
Yeah.
Solstice.
Speaking of solstices, book of season solstices is right behind me. You can make sure not the idea. So, who wants to recap what happened last week? Ooh, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, long time ago, on Princesses Save Dragons. If not, I can do it.
I'll do it.
Okay, do it!
Yes,
Yeah.
please.
Alright, so we got some intel about some missing puppies from a friend of ours and went off after having tea, of course. We started the episode with tea. Went off to the mountains to search for these missing puppies. 15 Malamute puppies, so fuzzballs of adorableness that are like as big as Leilani. So we ended up finding them in a camp that was not empty, unfortunately. In it was a gentleman, a gentleman who was very hairy and very French and very full of himself. And Yrsa was able to take him down a couple of pegs, maybe all of the pegs, with a well-placed battle of strength, while the rest of us got the puppies back out of the tent and down the mountain back to their homes. And we talked a little with Sophie to get some fun sparkly magic items, and I think that's where we left it.
Yeah, Ursa nearly broke his arm.
good.
Oh, wishes she had.
So, it is the next morning. Puppies are safe, and Nancy wakes you all up with hot tea and toast and scones with lemon curd and marmalade.
This is delicious. Thank you very much.
Oh, just the least I can do, my dear, for bringing home the puppies.
This is truly the life. I want to live here forever.
Well, thank you so much for donating the scones.
Oh, anytime! We literally have a bag of bread.
We do. Eats another scone. Thank you.
So did I hear that you were off to the market today?
Yes, need to possibly purchase a couple of items before going back up to the mountains.
Goes, oh, well, it should be open. Just be sure to bundle up. It's a bit snowy today.
Ma's like piling on scarves already, just... Oh, yes, I do not like the cold.
Ari, what are you up to?
Doesn't really worry about bundling up in the cold, but is kind of watching to make sure she sees what everybody else is doing. She's gotten used to faking that she was asleep, so like acting groggy, but it's like a little bit overacting. Morning stretches, that kind of thing. But yeah.
Oh, do you prefer coffee where you're from?
We don't really drink where I'm from as much, but I'll try anything.
Well, how do you stay hydrated?
Really very easy. It's the sea we swim in. Yeah,
That
And-
sounds a bit chilly this time of year.
I suppose it could be. The cold's never really bothered me. Anyway, this
You
is
and your friend have that in
delicious.
common.
Is there coffee? I would try coffee.
Oh, well, I could just whip up a pot right away. And as she says that, you just see like a passel of Malamute puppies come running by.
Okay, I'm going into shock. But Irie is probably very excited if, like, she's confused and does the fluffy is not really a thing in her vocabulary. So this is adorable and confusing, and it needs to be determined if it's a threat or not. So, like, interacting with the puppies very awkwardly. With the, does it want to smell or eat me? I don't know, but I am having a feeling about this. And
Be
it's
an animal handling check.
goody. Let's see how this
Yeah,
goes.
yours is watching this with curiously.
Just moving some windows around so I can make that work. Why is this open? Stop being open. Show me my bonus. Okay, animal handling, right?
Yep.
That would be a 16.
All right. So you have a couple puppies barking happily around you. And one in particular seems particularly fond of you and just like nuzzles its face into your knee.
This is a normal thing for it to do. Is it hungry? I don't.
Oh, looks
It
like
likes you.
Patch likes you.
Patch.
Don't be alarmed if he ends up licking you. It's a sign of affection.
Okay. And she sort of bends down to pet it, and if Patch goes to lick her, it might get interesting, but we'll see what happens.
Patch tries to climb in your lap.
Okay, yes, I'm just picturing puppies really. I like dogs. So yeah, she winds up sitting down on the floor like it's totally normal, and is trying to deal with the cute and the petting, and the petting is very much sort of this pet. Yes, I'm doing it, right? Am I doing it? There's a lot of love happening, and it's frankly baffling to her, but she's down. It's cool.
If there are any that are slightly calmer puppies, yours is going to pick one up and put it in her lap and scritch behind the ears.
There's a very, very chubby one who's kind of walking kind of behind the others. And it doesn't have as much energy, but it seems to want to romp. It tries to hop when his siblings hop. But it just can't quite get the air.
Yep, definitely picking that one.
She goes, "Oh, you've got truffles."
Truffles. Fine name.
I'm going to be helping Nancy, just like with the rambunctious ones, pulling them apart. I am used to this.
Oh, yeah.
It's it's, when kids are fighting in the yard or getting into things, they're just furry children.
Yeah, you've got a few that want to play tug of war with you.
Try it.
It's like, did you see Nancy Pelosi silencing Congress when they tried to cheer? It was like, she has 5 children.
Yeah. You can tell. It's very much that. The fun until it's not fun,
It's
and then it's...
So Nancy comes out with a tray, a silver tray with coffee, cream, and sugar for all of you. And it's just, I know that, I'm not sure where you're all from, but I know tea isn't for everyone. So just in case.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nancy.
Thank you very much.
She goes, and Lucky, don't be too rambunctious. And there's a dog that's like yanking on her skirt as she walks with his teeth.
Lucky? No.
It immediately just sits and stares at you.
Good.
I immediately think Mama cast a spell of some kind. And want to learn this magic.
Parenting.
All of a sudden, you hear a rapid fire knock at the door.
Ooh.
And Nancy just like leaps up. She goes, "Oh, I'll get it, I'll get it." And like a pile of puppies barking follow her. And she opens it, and you see Sophie at the door with piles of bags. Just, oh, good! I called you before you left again. I saw you come back in the middle of the night, and I wanted to make sure I caught you before you went after the dragon.
Oh, thank you.
Good morning. Good morning.
Morning.
So those flashbangs you wanted, I've got them here. And she rummages in a bag and just pulls out a bunch of like metal sticks and small little metallic balls. She goes, these ought to do whatever it is you're looking for. And Mama, this is for you, just as you requested. I stayed up all night working on it.
Oh, Sophie. Thank you, Miha.
And she pulls out some armor that is literally steaming.
Ooh.
She goes, don't worry, it's not hot for you. Just, well, your enemies might get a bit of a surprise.
Oh, wow. I do love surprises.
She goes, the little one, where is she? The one who's always so well dressed. I brought her arrows. Can I just give
She
these?
had something she needed to take care of, but I could keep them for her if you like.
Oh, that would be lovely. Thank you. And she hands you a metallic sheath of arrows, and they all seem to be like copper and different colors of feathers at the end, but they all have bows wrapped around them.
Amazing.
Awesome.
And she looks at Ira and goes, "Oh, I didn't see you. I don't want you to be left out. But just a moment.
I can be very stealthy, so thank you.
Just a moment. And you see her rummaging around, and she pulls out a necklace that's ticking. She goes, here, this should be fun for you.
For me? Thank you.
Of course.
It's wonderful, thank you. And like puts it on and is like enthralled by whatever this is. Super cool.
She goes, well, I'm going to go home and go to sleep. But good luck, and take care with that dragon.
Yes, thank you again.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Sophie.
And she kind of dashes off, like, paws akimbo, and you see Toby walking with her.
Toby!
Yay.
Toby's great.
We are going to have to bring her something fabulous from that dragon's lair, you all.
Yes, I agree. Such generosity deserves a reward.
Yes.
Do you think it does more than just tick? Because the
Most likely, considering what she gave me earlier, and then she looks at the hopefully regular flashbangs. It's just like, okay. And hands one each to Ari and Mama. These are for if I become unruly at an inopportune time.
So will this hurt you?
No. If they are regular flashbangs and not the one she gave me earlier, they should not do me any harm.
Okay. I'm gonna check it out. I'm gonna cast Identify on
Okay.
the flashbangs. Yeah. Because I have that. Identify.
Yep, they are regular flashbangs. Just she
Cool.
made them in a rush, so you have 8 of them. And she just used different, like, copper and mechanical components that she has to make them, which is why some of them are long tubes, like, made out of organ pipes. Some of them are small little balls.
All right.
So either you can hit them to make them go off or throw them on the ground like a grenade.
Awesome.
Irie, dear, do you want me to check out that necklace for you?
Oh, I would love that. And she take it and hand it to her.
Identify.
So that is the Clockwork Amulet. And when you make an attack while wearing it, you can choose to not roll the d20 and just get a 10 and add your modifiers to it.
Oh, okay.
What's
Now
your
this one
attack
is
bonus?
at level 7, but it gets fun as you get higher.
Yeah, you can. If you know the AC of what you're hitting,
Yeah.
that could be really useful.
I was going to say, I think Macaulay might try and steal that from you when she comes back, when she's like,
Macaulay and I can
plus
have a conversation.
17.
We can have a talk about who should wear it.
Mm-hmm.
I will keep it warm for her in the time being.
And do you want to identify your armor, Mama?
Yes, it's a spell slot, but I'm gonna do it.
You can just do an Arcana check to do it if you want.
Okay, let's do that.
Okay.
Do 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 do. I'm actually good at that.
Oh.
It's
Ah.
hot! It's armor that is hot!
Ooh,
Yeah, and yours is definitely standing back from that.
I'm going to call it Armo de Comal. I'll cast Identify on my Armor de Comal.
Okay. You were medium armor, right? Or heavy?
Yes. I can wear heavy or I can wear any armor.
Okay, what had you asked for? Because you didn't say.
My armor class is currently 13, so
Mm-hmm.
something better than that. So.
Okay. So this is, I don't want it to be heavy because that'll give you
Disadvantage.
disadvantage. So it's medium armor, but it is resistant to fire. And when you're hit, you do 1d4 electric or fire damage to the person who hit you.
Awesome! That's so cool.
So that is
Nice.
your steaming armor.
I love it.
But you are constantly giving off steam.
Yeah, that's
so
a little disconcerting to your sense.
Seems
Just like
legit.
announces my presence. It's amazing.
So I guess if you wanted to, you could just like throw meat at it to cook it on there.
I know, that's what I was thinking.
Breakfast in armor, like anytime.
That is happening.
Anyone want
Bacon is
bacon and
going
eggs?
on this armor.
Can we get like a helmet full of popcorn? Like, I think this. Come on.
It's just gonna be flipping tortillas on my shoulder all day. Like, yep. Mm.
Or lefse. Oh, lefse.
Oh, delicious.
Welcome to the campaign where we talk about puppies and food.
Mostly bread when we're talking about food.
Yeah.
Mostly.
Wow, now that we are all, beefed out, maybe we should head to the. Do we need to head to the marketplace, Yrsa, or do you have what you need?
I believe I have everything I need. If we are ready, we can be off.
Let us be off then.
Nancy comes by and goes, I really can't thank you enough. I know that if you come back, once the master and mistress are home, they'll pay you, but here, this is what I have to offer. And she gives you a handkerchief with about 20 silver in it. And she says, "This is what I've been saving. Thank you so much for the return of my babies."
Oh, you are very welcome. It was our pleasure. And we will be back through this way. And hopefully we can meet the master and mistress of the house, and I'm sure and we can have another wonderful tea.
Well, do be safe.
I would like to meet anyone who you regard so highly, and it would be a pleasure to meet the master and missus.
And she just gets a little teary-eyed and then gets, like, engulfed by puppies and closes the door behind you.
As it should be. So cute.
So, y'all pretty much know at least half the way there. Because you can easily get back to where you found LaFleur midway up the mountain.
Yes.
You can find his camp pretty easily. Are you all warmly dressed? I know it doesn't matter to Ursa.
I also have resistance to cold damage.
Okay.
So
You don't care either.
probably not as much maybe as Yursa, but
I will say if Yursa's going to be watching Mama, and if she looks cold at all, is going to wrap her up in her fur cape.
Aww.
I
That's so
can
cute.
also like boost that, like if I see the adorable happening, I can like prestidigitate maybe some warmth on the cloak already, like cozy that for you. Not like say anything, but like
That's so nice. Oh, I will notice.
Mama sees all.
That's so sweet. And yes, I'm assuming the steamy armor is a nice little boost to that as well.
Mm-hmm.
It'll at the very least warm the air around you,
Yeah.
so that it'll.
Hmm.
Yeah.
We are a cozy trio.
Indeed.
I mean, that armor combined with the cape would probably keep you nice and toasty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like making puffy steam inside. They smell like wet fur.
Oh,
wait, I can scent it. What do you want to smell like?
vanilla.
Yes. There we go.
Have it.
I've got
Yes.
two effects up, so one will drop in the whole. It's prestidigitation, you know.
Amazing. Well, if we see that LaFaux character, I'll just let you both at him.
Let's try to avoid him as much as possible. If I see him, I just may have to kill him.
It seems like it could delay us.
Yes,
to-
let's
to
save the
taking
dragon
time out
first,
to kill him. Yeah.
and then if we encounter LaFleur, then I shall kill him.
So you make it to where his camp was before. It takes a while. Remember, this was like a few hours trek
Hmm.
before. Do you want to scope out his camp, or are you just going to march right past it?
Going to take a look from a good distance away, enough that I could see whether there is still a presence in camp. I want to see if there's more activity or whether it looks like it might be pretty much the same.
Okay. Give me a perception check.
Natural one.
It looks empty.
Looks completely empty. Good.
Nothing there.
I don't see him. I don't have to kill him. Let's move on. There's nothing here.
I'm going to be chattering at Irie the whole time, like, and here's where she, like, almost broke his arm, and he fell in the snow, and all of his little hairs stood straight up because he was so cold, and it was hilarious.
Rapt attention the entire time. Super into it.
And like here, it was here, and he fell like yeah.
Yursa dives into a snowdrift and walks out the other side.
Oh jeez.
So, everybody else give me a perception check as you walk closer to the camp.
Alright. I'm sure nothing's wrong.
Hey, 20.
Oh, I was like 8, 20?
No,
19.
a
20 and what?
19.
Okay. So, the two of you agree with Iris' assessment that LaFort is not there. You see the tents that were like pretty shoddily put up before seem to have been collapsed a bit, and you see some tracks leaving. But you can see some movement among the kind of decrepit remains of those tents. Doesn't seem to be human movement.
I'm gonna silently do the like, do you see this? To Mama.
Yursa's in the snowdrift at this point, hasn't come back out yet.
I'm gonna send Yursa a message. Yursa, Mia, there's something here. Be very, very quiet.
Okay, does the whole swamp man thing coming out of the snow closer to the camp, like blending in with the snowbank?
Excellent.
And I'd like to take another look to see if I can and see what's in the camp.
Okay. So now that movement has been pointed out to you, if you're all looking, you see what appears to be a small, but not, actually no, not small, a medium-sized black cat prowling through the snow, standing out a lot with tentacles coming up its back as it's kind of sniffing around, pawing and sniffing at the tracks.
This isn't something that's normally in this environment, is it? Would Yursa be able to tell?
Say, you're from the snow, you would know this is weird.
This is very strange. And Mama messaged me. Can I send a message silently back? Or
You can reply.
whisper it? Okay. That doesn't belong here. Can I make a check to see if I can tell what it is?
Yeah. You can give me a nature check or animal handling, your pick.
Seven.
Okay. This appears to be a displacer beast, but you can't tell how old it is.
I think it's a displacer beast. Perhaps a young one? Maybe. I have no idea if it's full grown. And I don't know why it would be here.
It's a cat. Does it like food?
It's not a normal cat.
As it's walking, Mama, you notice it has 6 paws instead of the usual 4.
I love it.
I want to be its friend.
I mean, Ari probably thinks this is the coolest cat ever.
Yeah. Yes.
I mean, my dog probably freaked out. Me, Christina, I love creepy, weird 6-footed kitty.
Yes! Oh my gosh!
This is my like. I snuggle him when I'm anxious. So
Where did
yes.
you get those? Those are so cute.
Con.
Yeah, that's where mine came from. I wasn't there, but Kat and Liz got it from his birthday present.
So, yay!
So
Okay.
cute.
I've never actually met one in a game, so
excited. Okay. Irie is becoming very conscious of the fact that she does not look like Snow, and there is a creature walking around that is now in full view, or at least enough view that we were able to tell what it is. Is there anything to, like, hide behind nearby? I heard there was a snowdrift, but, like...
There's snowdrifts, there's rocks. You are midway, so you weren't here for the session where they met him. You're midway up a pretty, like, icy, wind-blown, jaggedy mountain.
Oh, good. Cool. Yes. Awesome. Actually, good, cool, awesome. All of those things. But yeah. And about how far away is our feline soon-to-be friend?
I'd say you're about, what, 60 feet? 50 feet?
60
Is that
feet.
around when
Good,
you know this
good.
one?
Good to know.
I'm gonna cast Bless on everyone just in case
Thank
things
you.
go sideways.
That has a verbal component, right?
Sure does.
Okay.
It sure does.
So, you cast that,
Mage armor is up just every 8 hours,
Yep,
just like
yep.
always.
and first you see the ears go up, followed by the tentacles just turning in your direction. And then it starts sniffing the air.
Hang on.
And suddenly there appear to be two of these cats. One by a tent and one by where it was. And they're both sniffing around.
Can I tell if one of them is an illusion?
How do you want to do that?
By sight? See if one of their paws isn't actually in the snow, isn't actually making an impression.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Give me a perception check. Or investigation, whichever you'd rather do.
That would be a 19.
Yeah, you can tell the one by the tent is an illusion. But it's a really strong illusion. Like, had you not been looking at the snow itself, you would not have been able to tell.
Oh, okay. Unfortunately, message isn't still up. It just appears to be sniffing. It doesn't seem to be making any aggressive moves.
No, it's sniffing and kind of pawing the ground.
Can I see what it's pawing at?
If you get closer, you could look, or you could give me an animal handling check to see if you just kind of know instinctively what they're doing.
I want to see if I can get closer.
Okay.
Stealthily.
Okay.
Crossing fingers.
It has seen you.
Hear that, Bless.
Oh, it has? Even in
Oh,
the
no,
snowdrift
no.
with the...
No, you're hidden in the snow. So yeah, give me some stealth.
Okay. Oh, that's still not good.
Don't forget your Bless.
That's right, I have Bless. 11.
Well, that is what its passive perception is. So if it meets, it beats, and you are good.
I'm good? Okay. Appears to not have noticed me. Alright.
It appears to not have noticed you. How far did you go? Like maybe 10 feet, 20 feet?
10 feet.
Okay.
And just trying to see what it's pawing at.
It appears to be digging in the area of tracks and then trying to sniff.
So it's trying to get a scent on presumably the people that were in the camp. Alright. Going to back off and kind of get the others to back off as well. hopefully far enough away where we can talk. It appears that the displacer beasts are looking at these tracks and trying to get a scent from them to follow someone or something.
And you said they're not natural to this area, yeah?
No. And if they're tracking something, I assume somebody has brought it here. And there is only one. I know you saw two, but there is one.
Just both of your faces.
Are you sure?
Very sure.
Like
Only-
a reflection.
Only one of them was making tracks.
Oh. Smart kitty.
You know, sharks are very good at scenting blood. So if we need to find something that is wounded or bleeding, following the shark is an easy way to do it. If these creatures aren't from around here, and they are very good at tracking, could they be someone else's guide? Why would they be here?
Well, we know a number of others are interested in this white dragon. I had it in my notes. Let me just reach into my memory banks.
Not that
I
a
am
shark
old,
needs.
okay?
Not that a shark needs a master to hunt prey.
Let me pull it out of the pensieve.
Let's,
Pull it away.
someone named Sloane, and someone named Sugar. So,
I believe LaFleur talked about partners that were going to get the dragon. So maybe one or both of those are the partners he was discussing.
perhaps.
However, we also know of the Rat King
That's true.
and his... I mean, if he's dead, we don't have to worry about him. Perhaps he's part of an organization, though? Who knows?
Indeed. I like Aries' idea of following this creature, letting it kind of track whatever it is, or we could try and get ahead of it if we thought that we had a shot at sneaking past it and we're able to do this tracking on our own.
Possibly. It's dangerous either way. Or any way. It was more than two things, so it's any way, not either. I'm learning. But those seem very interested in tracking something. And I don't know what those tentacles do, but it'd be interesting to find out. Probably not on one of us, though.
It would
That would
probably
be
be
bad.
easier to follow this creature than to track ourselves. If it can get a proper scent. This is not its environment. And going to look back and see if the creature is still there.
Yeah, I want to look back also.
Okay. It appears to be now actually, so it's just one again now that you've backed off, and it appears
That's so
to
cool.
have gone further up a little way from where you were before, further up off the path, just kind of away from the fire, and it stopped as you look and looks intently and then looks up and starts to point.
It seems like this is a trained creature.
And as you're watching, it bolts off up the mountain.
Yeah, heading after it immediately.
Oh, follow.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay, you're gonna follow that kitty?
Follow the kitty!
Follow the kitty!
What's everybody's speed?
Oh dear.
40,
Who knew we were swimming?
30.
30.
40 normally,
Okay.
and...
Could take the dash action?
So Ursa can run as fast as a kitty.
And with athlete as a feat, pretty sure she can carry at least one of her other companions.
Okay.
I mean, is this enough of a reason to use a spell? What do you think? While
If
running,
you-
apparently. Or being carried. That's fine too.
It's like I have a feeling you're just gonna carry Mama and just say, Ari, if you fall too far behind, use the spell to catch up.
Well, Mama and I could fly.
Oh, well, if you want to do that.
Because I can cast it on 2 people now because we level. But if we want, y'all would know this by now, but I need a little power nap to regain my spell slots every now and then because your girl gets tired. But yeah.
I say go ahead and use it.
Awesome.
We need to keep up with this.
Once it looks like we're struggling to keep up and this is our best lead, I will cast Fly on both of us. So we get, and I want to make sure that I understood the spell correctly as far as game, because flying speed of 60 feet for the duration, its concentration 10 minutes.
Okay.
So we're flying through the air.
Yeah.
Cool. Apparently I can show you the world. This is great.
We could fly, we could fly, we could fly.
Yes.
I just imagine Ursa like cross country skiing by. This thing is taking off, zigzagging up this mountain, almost not touching the ground. And after about 10 minutes of running,
I'll give you a heads up. We got like another minute left in this. When it gets to 9 minutes, you know.
Okay.
it stops, hunches, and starts to sniff the air again. Sniffs the ground.
I do want to make sure to fly downwind.
Okay.
Of,
I figured.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
Bacon on me this morning.
Just
so-
just gonna pause and observe and see if it can catch the scent again.
As it stops, everybody give me a perception check.
Oh. Not me.
16.
Natural 20.
Oh, nice.
Less than that. 8. Focusing on making sure we have a landing place because I've got like 45 seconds left in the spell. And I'm not dropping Mama. So I am busy. Have fun.
So, Ursa, you hear muffled talking and snow crunching. And all of a sudden you hear a dog bay.
Uh-oh.
And you see this like split second after you hear it, the cat hears it too, and just doubles itself, and both doubles seem to slink into the snow as it tries to hide in a snowdrift.
Yeah, we'll follow that example and try and hide in a snowdrift.
I will land us in the comfiest looking snowdrift I can find. Or
What
like,
a
I think
new invention.
with Fly, you can control yourself. I just want to make sure that you know how long we've got in the tank. So I'm not flying you. I gave you the ability to fly. I'm new. Please continue.
Yeah, and also Yrsa will use her air genasi powers to kind of like do a gust of wind over their tracks, any tracks
Oh,
that are
nice.
visible.
So, are you all hiding in a snowbank together? Are you close to the displacer beast? Downwind of the displacer beast? Where are you?
Downwind at the displacer beast. They had actually a higher speed than Yrsa did at that point, so I assume Yrsa's probably closest to the displacer beast, and then they probably picked a different, probably larger snowbank
Okay.
to hide in.
I mean, if we're still on sort of a rock face scenario, Irie might be interested in a higher vantage point.
Okay.
If there's a snow blank that allows for that, that isn't like exactly where the displacer beast was pointing, exactly where it's hiding, or exactly where the noise came from, somewhere that isn't one of those things.
So,
So yeah.
I'm gonna say it's kind of like a windy do. So we can say Ursa's behind it, like here. It's over here. The noise seems to be from over here.
So, like,
you can't really see what's beyond that, but up this way you can be over here. How's that?
Cool. That sounds perfect. Thank you for following whatever I just said.
I got it. So, yeah, if you look over the ledge a bit, you could see this, and Ursa, you can just straight up see what appears to be two black dogs, one of them significantly smaller than the other. And one is pulsating with fire. Come down and start sniffing the ground. The one pulsating fire is the one howling.
That also does not belong here.
Didn't we hear about the hunter with a hellhound and a blink dog?
Yeah.
If anything was to be a hellhound, I think that's a hellhound. Que diablo.
I'll essentially message them since I'm not in the snowbank. Since I'm in the warlock position, I will message like, dogs aren't normally on fire, so would this be the strange dog that we heard about? The Hound of Hell?
Yes.
Yes.
A very, very strange dog. The other one, if this is the Hellhound, the other one is a blink dog, so it can disappear and reappear places.
Oh, this is... Oh dear. End message.
Well, they have clearly found something. What do you think it is that they have found? Have they found like a cave or something?
They seem to be sniffing where the displacer beast went.
Does it appear like they have found it, or perhaps like they're searching for the scent?
So they seem to be searching right now.
Okay.
And funny you ask that. The hellhound makes an unearthly howl. Doesn't have that. That's the one I made up. And so, sorry, I made up a heck pup for Berthazar's House of Familiars that had like a horrific howl. And I was like, was that this? No. It's not the real one. So,
That sounds hecka cute.
yeah, it is heckin' cute. It's literally always on fire and wants to be in your lap. It's great for a tiefling. So, the hellhound just blasts out fire over the snow. As you see the blink dog start pulling on its tail away and looking really anxious. And then you see two displacer beasts kind of flashing back and forth, shivering in the snow.
The poor kitty. Does it look like they're illusions, or the actual displacer beast? Was it like unearthed by the fire? Did it run out from cover? Sorry, I'm
The fire melted the snow it was hiding in a way, and now it has an illusion on, and it looks scared.
I'm curious if there are any humanoids wandering around acting like they're in charge of any of these animals. So would that be maybe perception to try and like if there are voices or footsteps that okay.
Yeah, Ursa heard some voices. You just have been watching dogs for a little bit.
Perception, right?
Yeah.
Relatable.
Dirty 20.
Okay, So the whispering that Irsa had heard, you hear just a little bit down from where you are. It appears to be a male and female voice. And you're,
Okay.
Champ, stop blasting fire! Leave whatever that is alone. Get on back up here.
I was about to say, even because Yursa did not hear this, did she? Or
No.
did she? No. Yursa's readying an attack against the dogs if they attack the Displacer Beast.
Okay.
Oh.
I would message to my friends
Mm-hmm.
that I hear a male and a female voice, humanoids likely,
Mm-hmm.
referring to the Hellhound as Champ. They seem to be telling it what to do, and it's close to me. The two people, they're close to me. I can't see them yet.
Should we go try and spy on them?
You can't see my shrug. I'm far away and hiding.
Message a shrug.
Shrugging. We could. I could try to get a little bit closer. So perhaps I will stealthily try to get a little bit closer to the source of the voices. I, err on the side of caution here. I want to try to keep hearing that conversation.
Okay. So you hear the female voice just going, "Shut your bloody dogs up!" And the man goes, "Champ! I told you, stop barking!" And at that, the hellhound just howls and looks like it's about to attack the Displacer Beast.
I'm
And
starting to like this dog.
The blink dog starts whining. And you hear the man go, "You're teaching Jet bad manners." And at that, both dogs just straighten up and march back to the camp. The blink dog looks back at the Displacer Beast as it walks. And the Displacer Beast kind of slinks away.
And
That was weird.
Finally, some peace and quiet.
I'll make an effort to use message to relay what I hear of this conversation to the team, just for the record. Just imagine it all in stilted, confused English. And go on, please.
so it appears we have found our hunters. Well, they don't notice us.
They have not yet, no.
Do we want to try and sneak past them? Do we see tracks going up the mountain? That they're obviously stopped right now, but whatever they're tracking, could we continue tracking it? Will they hang out here? Maybe?
So you'll have to round the corner a bit. You're with Irsa, right?
Yes.
So you'll have to come up around to see their camp. Area, if you just kind of come down a little bit, you'll be able to check out their encampment.
Okay. Yeah, I'm interested in checking out the encampment as stealthily as possible.
Roll me a stealth check.
And I'll message first. I'll message before getting close.
Okay.
I could go in a little bit closer. Thus far, we have avoided them, and our scent could be covered by that of the large tentacle cat. Cats, just one.
If
Looks like
you
two.
feel like you can do so safely, I'm. And yours is going to check and see. Did she see where the Displacer Beast went? Did it leave? Is it kind of hanging around?
Yeah, you can take a minute to look for it if you want. You can't see it just from where you are.
Yeah, I'll take a minute to look for it.
Okay, because it is not good at hiding in the snow.
It is not good at hiding in the snow, and it was pretty scared there earlier.
Yeah.
It is.
Not optimized for this.
It appears to have hopped down to a level below you, so that scared it a lot. And it currently has like its tail and both tentacles slunk between its back legs.
Oh.
Kitty.
Yeah.
And it's starting
Aries
to
very
make a
hesitant.
snow circle to sleep in.
Ursa's gonna try and make friends with the kitty. Yeah. Just gonna kind of like show herself and then sit like a distance away so that she's not being threatening or anything.
Okay.
I'm gonna give you a cheese roll from the bag and a guidance.
Okay.
Okay.
Guidance and a cheese roll.
That's right.
It's my favorite order.
Yeah,
Sounds
we'll set down the food in between the two of us.
Okay. So let's get to that in a second. First, Ari was gonna stealth.
Yeah?
Well, she'd message Mama really at this point and be like, I am not a sneaky person. Is there a reason I should do this? It seems like fun, but also possibly deadly, so I don't know. We could investigate what the cat had seen or scented.
I will tell Ari if she wants to come over, because Ursa's trying to make friends with the cat.
I want to be friends with the cat. I'm going to still be stealthy, but not go closer to the camp.
Okay.
Maybe go farther from the camp. So still stealthily though, so I can still roll the check or
Yeah.
whatever. Cool. Let's see what happens. 9.
Okay.
Not a rogue.
So, as you are sneaking down, that
Sneak, sneak, sneak.
hellhound
Sneak.
barrels out. And,
This is cool.
and you hear, Champ, what I tell you? And a lanky, older man kicks open a tent
Oh shit.
and sees you. How are you sneaking, by the way?
Well, let's see. How would Iris sneak in snow?
Imagine you, like, wiggling.
Is humming that to herself. That's how she's stealthy. I imagine like a very light cloak just to keep the distraction of moisture off
Okay.
is there. So probably going from, if there are outcroppings, sticking close to them, basically not making a show of movement and trying to be
Okay.
as close to natural formations as possible. The comedic version is, of course, like, there's a tree, I'll be the tree. There's a shrub, I'll be a shrub. But basically that, not like swimming in the snow.
Right.
But, yeah. Sure. So, how's my 9 go?
So, you see this hellhound standing alongside an older dude in pajamas with a pipe. And he
He's got a
sees
sword flag!
you and just goes, oh shit, and reaches behind him and grabs a bow.
Cool.
He goes, guess that damn dog wasn't barking for nothing.
No, indeed. He's an excellent guard dog.
So, Ursa, what's going on with you and this cat?
Did we hear anything from? No.
I am not being quiet when I say that. It's like, no, indeed. Hail and well met. I am being loud because now my friends need to know that I've been made.
Yeah, I would say if you sit down and have time to put cheese down. First, give me an animal handling roll.
Yeah. I figure I have enough time for one animal handling roll before going.
Don't forget your guidance. Don't forget.
Oh, could I
stealth check?
Sure.
It is.
Well, no, it's fine. It's
It
fine.
wouldn't have helped because it's
No.
it's 1d4, right?
Not
Yeah,
a
and
rogue.
it's a
Yeah.
touch. I have to touch you. I have to.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I was thinking about bless, which is not the same thing. Sorry.
Yeah.
I don't have the spell in front of me. I don't remember what it says. Because I guess
Wait.
inside I'm a wizard.
Which one
But-
is guidance?
Guidance
right?
4. Yes.
D4.
To an
Okay.
ability check?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Right?
Yes.
So that's a
I've got them flipped.
19.
Okay. So you have convinced this kitty that you are not a threat, and it stops like making its little snow nest, sees you, and at first it did the like poof,
Mm-hmm.
and then it sees that you're calm, and then when you put out the cheese, it starts to kind of slink towards you. At which point you hear Ari, and you probably hear that hellhound baying again. And when you hear Champ, the cat just freezes and poofs up again and splits.
Yursa's gonna go. Alright, I'm going to go help my friend. I'll be back in a bit. And just kind of like, as slow as she can, just backs off. I've left the food, backing off, going to see what happened to Ari.
Kitty watches you go.
I'm good at so many things, guys. It's just none of them ever happened to me, right? That's how it works.
Oh no.
No, this is a joke. The DM puts me in great situations to actually do things, but I tend to roll crap. Let us
you
continue.
watch Paws and Claws. One of our monk cats, Snowball, consistently rolls a 1, like all of the time.
Oh, yeah. I'm good at some things and not at others.
So it's like, I will defend you! 1.
Meow. Meow.
So Mama, what's going on with you? You see Ursa making friends with a cat, and then you hear this happening above you.
Yeah, I'm gonna kind of go. I'll probably message. Yeah, I'll message Yursa. Yursa, Irie's in trouble. Vámonos, let's go. And
It's like, Yursa
start
just, of
heading
course,
for
took the.
hill, I guess.
It's like, friend, cat. Yes, friend. But.
That is hard.
But it's like Yursa wanted to make sure she didn't frighten the cat.
Yeah.
Because I want to build those bridges for later,
Mad respect.
but have to help friend.
Cool.
Okay. So, are you
Alright.
two both just running up to Ari
It's like, I imagine Mama will probably get
there
a
first?
round off before Yursa would be able to do anything. Because she would be backing away slowly from the cat,
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't have the distance that she could use to make up that time until.
Okay.
Cool. So. Sorry, I'm just excited and also probably gonna die. So I'm excited. What's happening? Also, Irie's totally calm. Like, for the record, she's good. I'm not, but she's good.
So, Mama, you come the rest of the way up to this outcropping and see basically Irie crouched on the ground. What you have come to see is really like a blink puppy sitting just outside of a tent, wagging its tail, looking really excited, and a hellhound looking hella pissed off, like growling and snarling and spitting flame, and an older dude in long johns with a pipe and a bow, doesn't have arrows yet, but is holding a bow looking angrily at your friend. And there is also another tent there. And a fire in the middle.
I'm going to. I'm gonna go into the camp
Okay.
and go stand behind Irie and kind of cross my arms and look at the older guy. Just kind of do a bit of posturing.
As soon as it's possible, I'd like to like as I greeted him, I like wanted to stand and like go from Heidi to like grandiose.
Yeah.
And I would love to interact with him as soon as it makes sense based on the game mechanics. Because I have a feeling that word that starts with an I is coming soon.
Yeah.
So
as
just wanted to
Mama
check.
is running up, and he'd been like, "Oh hell, you can stand."
Well, hell. All right, cool.
Mama, when you get there, he goes, "Did the widow send you? What are you here for? Sugar, these ain't your friends, is they?" And you just hear from the tent.
Oh, good.
Please stop bothering me. Do not speak. I don't wish to hear your insolent dogs. Until tomorrow. Unless someone is dead.
Stepping forward, but not to the real angry dog, essentially would turn to this pajamaed gentleman and say, I am a bit of an explorer, and I sighted a creature that wasn't native to these parts. A large cat with tentacles. And I was seeking to find it further. Perhaps your dogs have scented it. It would explain the reaction. It has no business being in these parts, and really I sought to understand more. That is what I do. I am an explorer of the natural world, and I want to understand it as best I can.
As soon as you mention a cat with tentacles, he gets noticeably pissed off. And he looks at the little puppy that's at his side. And he goes, well, I guess you're pretty happy about that, aren't you? And the puppy just goes like, oh. And puts its tail between its legs and its face in its paws.
Yeah, I'm very interested in the dog's reactions, honestly. And so is Irie. But yeah.
He goes,
What
so,
happens?
let me see. You're an explorer. You just come here after a displacer beast owned by my neighbor. When I'm here to hunt a dragon and mount its head on my wall and give its skin to my lady friend in there. Is that what I'm hearing?
Well, I had heard there was a dragon, but that's far above my
So
pay
you
grade.
knew about the dragon.
Oh, I have no interest in interacting with a dragon. Mostly, I understood that there was an animal in a non-native environment, and I wanted to understand why.
Natives. What you know about natives, young lady?
Oh, just in indigenous populations to certain climates, creatures that come from places are well acclimated to their surroundings, and a creature such as this is not adjusted for this kind of weather and this kind of environment. It might not be safe.
Give me a deception check.
Lying through my fins. Balls. I took proficiency in this. So that comes to a 9, because I rolled a 2.
Good. Well, speaking
She's
of
new at this, so.
speaking of acclimated, a fish girl like you don't look quite acclimatized up here neither. What you doing up here, fish girl? With an old
I see.
lady keeping you safe. How are you, widow? He looks at Mama.
Oh, he calls her widow?
Hmm?
Oh, this could get fun. Please continue.
That's an assumption, sir. I mean, it's not incorrect, but it is an assumption.
Mm-hmm.
I am training this young explorer in the ways of medicinal herbs.
She's quite an expert and has honestly been a lifesaver. As you know, I'm not acclimated to these parts, and it's much easier with someone as wise.
Nothing more medicinal than the eyes of a dragon's what I hear, ain't that right?
Well,
I've never heard that.
No.
Looks around confused and excited. Is she faking? No one knows.
Well, while this is going on, I'm thinking Yrsa's going to be trying to approach this stealthily.
Okay.
Maybe even climbing up a separate route to try and come at this at a different angle.
Okay. Give me a stealth check.
Yep. Because guess what I'm not good at either.
Wow.
Do we have anyone stealthy? Probably the Ranger. She can maybe
Lilani.
be stealthy.
Lilani's stealthy.
Yeah,
I think Layla is relatively stealthy too. She just
And-
has
and
that
the
would make
thing-
sense.
The thing is, we are really missing Lilani at this point because she has passed without trace.
Oh yeah.
Has been helping
Yeah.
all of us.
That
And
would
she
be
can
cool.
talk to animals.
Yes.
Yep. So that's stealth. That's a 17. So I
Okay.
think that's pretty good.
Yeah,
Very
you,
good for
you
this.
sneak your way across. 15 was the number to beat, so you have done that, my dear.
Good.
Oof.
The man looks at you and he starts to just puff on his pipe as the hellhound just starts puffing steam out of its nose and snarling. He goes, "You know what? I ain't never seen an explorer yet come this high. We even left that idiot Frenchman back with my lady's dogs here. I think you're after that dragon. And I'm not really that interested in a fair fight. I'm gonna be right honest. So, I'll let you turn around and walk your pert little behind down this mountain and take your grandmama with you. But if you don't do that, I'm gonna sick champ on you and then shoot you until you are dead. Sound fair, young lady? Widow?"
I'm gonna take just one hand and gently put it on Mama's shoulder and turn my face slightly away from him to see if I can get a read on what she thinks we should do. Confer with one's eyes, I suppose.
How close is the tent to him? Where
The tent he's
Sure.
leading on, or the next one?
the next one?
Probably about 20, 30 feet away. Like, it's not a massive camp.
Okay.
It's pretty clear that the person in that tent doesn't really want to be close to this tent.
Okay.
And there's a tiny little dog tent. A pup tent, if you will.
Oh. I mean, that's great.
Yeah.
Something that that would have happened fairly recently in our character's history, but happened a couple months ago in game. Mama does know that Irie has a spell that causes a loud noise and teleportation.
Oh.
Because
That's
I
right.
moved you with it once.
Yes,
so
you
that
did.
that is a thing. You are aware of it.
Yeah.
And I have exactly one spell slot left. so that is a thing, and she would definitely know about that if that is a thing she would want to do. Also, this guy is just a douche. So
Yeah. I'm gonna hold my hands to myself and I'm gonna hold myself and I'm gonna look at him, look back at you, look at the tent, look back at you.
If I rolled an insight check, would I understand what that meant? Perhaps.
I am a
don't know.
person.
Go right ahead.
I am a person
Oh,
holding
person.
myself.
You're holding your. It's like it's the 2 words.
Roll an insight check.
Roll an insight check. I
Yeah.
can. Okay, cool. Oh, please. You know what? I'm not going to roll
This is
you.
fantastic.
Let's see what happens.
Oh no.
Oh
I have to
no.
check my bonus to see how low it actually is. That's a 4.
I'm gonna say you don't really know what Mama wants you to do anymore.
No,
Cold.
she looks cold. Is she a cold person?
Oh. Oh.
Well. Oh shit.
It's like basically you're not getting any read off of Mama, so whatever you want to do.
No. Okay.
2, 1.
Whole person. Yeah, I just don't want to cheat with the game mechanics, but like I had honestly forgotten about that spell. So yeah.
Well, then I have it. I have it.
Oh, you do.
Yeah. We
Yeah.
need to see.
Yeah, like
the
honestly, Irie's a little out of her element. Like I'm a water person. This is clearly cold, but like this is, RP wise, something you haven't seen from Irie often is the look of actual deference. And realistically, Mama's the one that she would have the most deference to, because she's kind of confused by how helpful and kind you are.
Aw.
And I have notes on this because I'm a dork, but the fact that she has a maternal aspect is very baffling for Irie, because Irie has no maternal aspect in her life. So she's most likely to look at you and pretty much do the, I don't know what to do, but I'd follow you.
Okay.
That's what she would be really communicating at this point. And you probably have high enough skills to know what the hell she means, and have seen that, like, a slightly panicked look in someone's eyes before. Like, I thought I had this, and
Especially
I'm really quite good at some things, but not today.
I will kind of pat Irie on the shoulder and turn to this hunter and kind of walk a few steps toward him and say,
Well, first he's got to save, so let's see if it works. For a hold person, it's a wisdom save, yeah?
I don't want to cast Hold Person quite yet. I want to
Oh, okay,
draw
sorry, I thought Irie was
for-
casting it.
Oh,
Oh,
no, I'm pretty much, I'm rolling with the, I'm a little in over my head, and I'm
Okay,
hoping, I'm inviting Mama to step up if she wants to.
got it. I thought you were like, hold person,
Yeah.
like, I cast hold person. And then we had a nice tender moment, and I was like, I don't know what to do mechanically right now.
It was very confused. Thank you for clarifying.
Okay, Mama, go ahead, do your thing.
alright, I'm going to walk up to him a little bit and I'm going to kind of, try and stand as tall as I can. And I say, do not talk about her behind, you animal. That is no way to speak to a lady. My goodness. You're older than she is? Like, that is gross, actually. That's gross. You don't say that. Who raised you?
I'm sorry, ma'am, I have been living alone, just me and my dog, for quite some time.
I can tell. Where is this friend of yours?
She's asleep in the tent.
We'll get her up.
Oh.
No, ma'am, you don't want... Sugar, honey, there's company.
Oh, he might die and we didn't have to kill him.
so yours is snuck up and has no idea what to do because this is Mama show.
Irie is happy to be in the role of backup and would like to be helpful.
Out of that,
Genuinely like to be helpful.
Jared, are you kidding me? And the tent flap whips open, and one of the thinnest women you've ever seen, like thin for an elf, except she's a human, walks out wearing the biggest fur coat you've ever seen. Furs and leathers, and it's so fabulous and so murderous. She has long hair that's black on one side and white on the other, and cheekbones you could cut glass on, and a chin that could cut diamonds. And her eyes glare at Mose red, and she says, "What is it?" And then sees all of you.
Not me,
Old
hopefully.
person.
Okay. What is your spell savey thing?
My spell save DC is. Oh gosh, where is my spell save DC? Sorry, I have a digital character sheet.
By the way, Ursa is ready an attack on Champ.
Okay.
Oh,
This
nice.
if he makes
14.
any aggressive moves.
It's a 14?
Yeah.
Okay. So she got a 14. He is frozen with a 12.
All right.
So does that mean...
Are we in a? I
If it
want to cast
meets,
a
it
thing
beats.
as soon as it makes sense.
So that means she beat your spell. That's what it is. Okay. So she is not held.
I would love to if I know hold person, so if I recognize her casting hold person
Mhm.
and I see one freeze and the other not, I would love to cast hold person
Sure.
on the woman because it's hold person, not creature or monster, so I can't cast it on any of the dogs.
Yeah.
All right, cool. I would love to cast hold person on Madam with the epicness.
Yeah.
And my DC is 15.
Okay. That's a 6.
Hey.
And I helped. Just helped. It was a really good idea. And
And
I'm really glad that I could just copy off of you and try to do the same thing. So thank
All
you.
right. They're held. Let's go. Quick. Go, go, go.
Champ immediately starts to howl and looks like he's about to blast fire at you.
Yeah, Ursa's going to attack Champ.
Okay. Give me an attack roll, and then we're gonna just roll initiative. To take down a dog.
Poor pupper.
Pupper made some bad choices in friends.
That's a 25 to hit.
Yeah, that hits, hon.
And that's 9 points of frost damage.
Okay. And any other damage?
No, it's just frost because it's the axe.
Okay. I thought it did, like, slashing damage, too, but...
Well, technically it would be I thought we decided that with the magical weapon that it
Oh,
would just
yeah.
be one type of damage.
That's what it was. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Okay. So, let's roll initiative, friends. Oh, baby.
Now you roll a nat 20? Okay.
I'm fine with that.
Oh, boy.
I just like any of my previous rolls. But
That's-
I'm glad that it knows that it can roll 20s. I'm glad it remembers that. Very proud.
If you keep praising it for rolling 20s, it might do it more.
Good die.
Got a
Good die.
15 for Mama?
Yeah.
Okay.
My total for initiative is 21.
Okay.
13.
13. Irie, you are up.
Good. That's good. That's a good thing. That leads us into good situations. I'm gonna go with Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
Because that's cute. And as far as my amulet, since Eldritch Blast is a ranged spell attack, and that's an attack roll, could I use the amulet on that, or is it only on, like, melee attacks?
Wait, tell me that one more time.
I could probably solve this on my own. Is the amulet a standard item, like a Googleable thing? Because I'll look
Oh
at the
yes,
stats
it's
on
from
my own. Sorry.
Xanathar's. It's basically just a necklace.
I've heard of it. I thought it might be, and I was silly and didn't look it up.
Okay.
But basically, I wanted to know if the amulet's powers work with spell attacks
Yes.
rather than just melee attacks. Okay. In that
It's
case,
any attack.
yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and. I have 2 beams of Eldritch Blast. Can I do one with the amulet and one without?
Sure.
No. Yeah, one with the amulet and one without. Let's try
Okay.
that. So one with the amulet, my attack bonus is a 7, so that would
Okay,
be
so that
17
hits.
to hit. And then I said I would roll the other one, so I'm going to. And that's a 10.
So the one with the amulet hits.
Yep, sounds good. And that's one. Wow, I'm really used to having it paper in front of me. Takes 1d10 force damage. So 1d10. That's a 7 plus 4, so that's 11. So
Okay.
11 force damage.
Okay.
And you know what?
What?
Bonus action.
Yeah?
Bonus action. I'ma have a tentacle.
Do it!
Because I haven't done that yet today. So yeah, I would like my attempticle. I will attempticle to attack. Double checking my tentacle shiznit. I summon it up, and I would like it to attack Champ. I'm just checking the dice. Let's go with lightning damage.
Okay.
It's an attack roll. I don't think the amulet only works on my attacks, though, not my tentacle attacks.
Mhm.
Correct? That would make a lot of sense. So,
So, when you make an attack roll wearing the amulet. So I think it's when you make an attack roll.
when I do, yeah. So this is the tentacle. I'm just rolling for
Yeah.
the tentacle because
Once
it's not very
used,
good at
this
rolling dice.
property can't be used again until the next dawn. Oh, so you can only use it once.
Okay. Well,
It's kind of a
then I know. And knowing's half the battle. So thank you. Also, I could have looked at it myself, but thank you. So that's going to be roll to hit. I'm so sorry. I'm a
That's
little
fine.
rusty. Like a melee spell attack on a hit. But what do I add? Tentacle?
I'm guessing you had your charisma
Charisma modifier.
modifier.
Probably, yeah.
And
So-
maybe your proficiency?
That would make sense. And our proficiency is 3 these days, right?
Yeah.
It's just because I don't have it printed. So that's a 7. So that's a 17 to hit with a tentacle.
Okay. Yeah, that
and
hits.
1d8 lightning damage.
What is that?
That's a 1. So 1 lightning damage.
Okay.
Cool. And the tentacle exists.
Okay.
And it's in champ space. Cool. That's my turn.
Okay. So, coming out of the tent where there is currently a frozen woman standing there in anger is a mass of fur and leather garments whirling together. They... Sorry, your face. Everybody, and she's gonna fail this. Oh no, wait. Yep. So, Irsa, you still haven't entered the area, right? Oh yeah, you have.
No, it's attack.
Everybody, give me a dex save.
15.
I believe I have advantage on this if this is something I can see.
Okay. Yep, you can see it. It's a big pile of clothes. Furs and
12.
leathers.
That's a 16.
16. Okay. So that is my Okay. I read a thing wrong, which is a shame because I wrote it. So I'm just going to have one of you make that save, actually. So let's say, who was closest to the tent, actually? That was-
Yrsa probably because she was physically attacking the dog. The other two were farther away.
Okay. So that's Yrsa, who made the save, so Yrsa's going to take half damage.
Okay.
Oh, but I still roll it all and then give you half, right? That's how it works.
Then I'm gonna go ahead and roll my wisdom save.
Okay. So that is... $20, so you take 10 bludgeoning damage. And you can control this fur monstrosity on your next turn.
I can control it?
Yup.
Okay.
You did make a friend.
I did make a friend.
You made a friend.
Oh, and it's fuzzy.
And Yrsa barely made her wisdom saving throw. So you basically see her kind of stiffen for a moment and then shrug something off. And then, do I have any idea of what this creature is or what it can do?
It appears to be a big pile of fur and leather garments. Give me an Arcana check.
$15.
It appears to be a golem or golem of some sort. A fashion
Okay.
golem.
A fashion golem. Okay. I'll have to figure out what to do with that on my turn. Which is probably coming up next.
Okay, so let's see. And it is Mama's turn.
I'm going to guiding bolt the puppy. I'm so sorry, dog. I love dogs. I'm gonna guiding bolt.
Nobody has like sleep or anything, do they?
I have sleep. I already said guiding bolt.
Yep, it's okay.
I did. All right. Well, it was a 16 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, so I get to roll 4d6.
The last time we saved puppies, this time we put a puppy down.
Sorry, bad dog. 13 damage,
Okay.
and that's radiant damage.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Cool. It is Yrsa's turn. Unless, Mama, do you have another action?
As a bonus action, I'll summon my spiritual weapon, and it will just kind of hang out
Okay.
in the air. Actually, I will. Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. It is Yrsa's turn. You have a fashion golem to deal with.
I do have a fashion golem.
You don't have to control it. You can do something else if you'd like.
No,
It is
I think I
currently
want
a
to.
whirlwind of fur.
Okay. Alright. The two humans are incapacitated right now.
Mm-hmm.
They aren't a threat. Fashion golem is under my control for one turn, or is it...
The next, yeah, you can control its next move. So you can basically
Okay.
just steer the whirlwind somewhere.
I'm just going to tell it to get out of camp as far away as it can. So I'm telling it to sprint away from the camp.
Okay. I was gonna say. Yeah, that's cool. Since you are controlling it, yeah, you can tell it to do that. So that can be like your bonus action.
It's like if it had been more than just the next turn, I probably would have told it to try and restrain Champ. But I don't think that's a good idea. Well, that might have been a good idea because I'm pretty sure that a dog being on fire would hurt it a lot. But I think this is better for right now. I have 2 dogs, and Champ is still looking aggressive.
Champ is looking actually pretty in pain and starting to like look at Mose, who's still frozen.
Can I look in the woman's tent? Just kind of like peek around and see if I can see the dragon?
Sure.
Perception check?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
$16.
You don't see a dragon in there.
Don't.
You do see a lot of like luxurious bedding. All fur.
All fur. I do not like this woman. It's like, as someone who notably wears fur in this campaign,
know.
but hunted down a dire bear, but only has one fur-lined garment. Like, it's practical in this weather, but all of your bedding, that's just not. That's not practical.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, so you moved it, you directed.
I directed it, and now I just have an action to do, but I have a hurt dog that will probably still snap at me.
It might. You don't know.
Might. I don't know. Sorry, I'm just...
That's fine. I realized hold person is a concentration spell, so there technically shouldn't, right? Shouldn't there not be a tentacle there? Because that should be your bonus action.
Ooh. Well, I might be fuzzy on the mechanics there. Can we go over them?
With concentration,
Uh-huh.
isn't it that you have to use your bonus action to hold? Oh no, it just holds it up. You can't cast another spell. That's
You
it.
can't cast another concentration spell.
I forgot how D&D works for a second. Never mind
No,
me.
I had two because I was like, I need to focus on my tentacles. What's happening?
Yeah, no, that was just me forgetting how D&D plays.
No.
Okay.
No, I,
Don't mind me, I only
I've-
write the game.
I've never forgotten how D&D works, so I wouldn't know.
So is the tentacle restraining Champ?
One of the things that I'm going to be compiling some notes on the tentacle because the tentacle is part of the Unearthed Arcana. The Lurker in the Deep patron, for those of you who are interested. Downloadable now. But one of the things that I find interesting about it is that it does not actually have a grapple ability written into it. And I'm going to suggest something about that because as a tentacle, I think flavor-wise, it makes a lot of sense for it to have a grapple ability.
Yeah.
Right now, you could sort of, I think mechanically it's like it's on it, but it's not providing any
Grapple.
game mechanical thing. It's just there. It's in the space. It has some cool abilities, but it doesn't have any grapple ability.
You know what
it
yours
does
is
have
gonna
a
do?
grapple ability? A fashion golem. It wants you to wear it.
Yeah, Irsa's gonna use one of her Stormhailed abilities and actually erect a kind of ice pen around Champ.
Oh, nice!
So, if he doesn't want to fight anymore, he can just stay in the pen, and I'll just say, sit, stay. And then we'll go investigate the other tent.
Okay.
I mean, he's gonna have to spend an action to get out of there anyway.
Yeah.
So I figure at this point that's the best way forward, and if Champ doesn't want to fight anymore, he doesn't have to.
Okay. So on Champ's turn, he looks at the ice and puts his paws on it. He blasts the ice with fire breath. And then runs over to Mose and just noses him and whines.
Oh, okay.
He's a jerk, but he's a friend.
Yeah.
That man does not deserve that dog.
And the puppy now comes out of hiding and puts its paws on Mose and also starts whining.
I want to take both of those puppies away from that man. But, tent.
Princess Save Dragon's dog
We,
stealing.
we're supposed to save dragons.
Well, it breathes fire. I mean,
So, Irie, it's your turn.
oh, good, because I have good judgment. Well, I still have a tentacle. If I were to guess how bad off the champ is, how bad does he look? He look real bad, or like
Not great, Bob.
not great? Not great, Bob. Okay.
Not dying, but
Not dying.
enough that,
Um,
he'll need some recovery time.
Well, not understanding fully the tenderness of what is going on, because like I had some critter friends, but nothing that like nuzzled me like this. This is confusing. I think that they're probably trying to mess with the magic. Like,
Okay.
honestly, they can tell it's hold person, and they're like investigating, and like this is nonsense. It needs to end. So Eldritch Blast.
Oh no! You Eldritch blasting the puppy too, or just Champ?
Not the puppy, just Champ.
Okay.
The puppy has done me no harm, and the puppy seemed to have emotions beyond rage. So I'm not going to attack the puppy just yet. But I still have a
Seem to have
tentacle,
emotions
so...
beyond rage. I love that description.
All right, so it's 2 Eldritch Blasts.
Okay.
So let's roll both of them. They are both 12s. My bonus is 7, so that's 19 to hit on both.
Yeah, those hit.
Okay. They're both going to the same target.
Let me ask,
So one-
are you trying to kill this dog, or just put it down, like knock it unconscious?
I would like for this dog to be unconscious and hard to resuscitate.
Okay.
So let's see, that's 8 and 4, so 12, 9 and 4, so 5 and 4, which makes 9, so 1. That's 21 force damage.
That dog is unconscious and hard to resuscitate.
Okay, cool. That is what I was going for. Does
Champ, that force knocks Champ back, and he just falls over.
yeah, so like,
And the puppy just
And-
runs over to him and starts headbutting him and whining.
I will bring the tentacle over to the puppy and sort of look at the group. I won't do anything with it now, but just be like, we going after the puppy? So that's my turn.
Okay.
I'll move the tentacle, but I won't attack with it.
Directed by Ursa, the pile of coats is now heading down the mountain in a whirlwind.
Bye.
And
I hope it finds someone cold. Like,
and once it gets about 40 feet away, it just stops whirlwinding and collapses into a pile of fashion on the side of the mountain.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to go get some of that. Go, shopping in someone else's closet.
I will say, Yrsa was checking out that other tent. Did she see anything?
I didn't know if you went into it yet.
Oh yeah, I was gonna see inside.
It looks pretty sparse in there. You see like a spittoon, what appears to be like a bucket for your necessaries, and like just a sack and some raw meat and bones for dogs.
A sack?
Like clothing in a sack.
Oh, okay. I was just like,
Like this is the exact opposite of the other tent.
yep, alright.
And you see a lot of arrows, like a couple bows and a lot of arrows in there.
Any that look interesting, like Lilani might like?
They're not fancy like Lilani. And also, this was a pretty tall guy, so they're long bows. I think Lilani uses a short bow.
Yeah. No.
Or a gnome-sized longbow. This is like a big, couple, not even gilded, just like polished wood, leather straps. Like, you can tell this is a guy who takes care of his weapons, if not himself.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, buddy.
At this, I would probably, if yours is looking at tents or looking in the tents, I'll look to Mama and essentially be like, I've got this up, like gesturing to the hold person. It's like, I've got this up for a little while longer. And honestly kind of menacing at the people is like, do we hurt them?
And
Or
it
do we
is
leave
Mama's
them?
turn.
Since the danger seems to be past, I'm going to look for tracks to continue up the mountain.
Okay, give me a survival check.
Survival. Oh no, it was almost on a 20. It's an 11.
Okay. That's about it. Could have fallen to the 2.
Yeah, I coulda.
Yeah, it's snowy, so you can see some tracks. They appear to go up and back. And you see boot tracks and dog prints that go up and down, kind of like up around the way that Aerie went, and then around a bend.
Okay. I'm gonna drop a scone off by the puppy and start walking that way and kind of yell at your son Aerie like, "Come on, let's get ahead while they're frozen." Don't you think?
I will listen, but I will continue to glare at these 2 humanoids. And start to back up. I'll keep an eye out for if yours is leaving the tent.
If we're trying to get out of initiative here, Yrsa would respond to Mama and just like, why don't you leave them to me? I can take care of this. If you get the dogs away, I can take care of this.
Alright.
Okay.
That's creepy. I'm into it.
Very creepy. I mean, I'm curious. Aerie? Grab a dog? I'll grab a dog?
Sure. I haven't had to carry things in this campaign yet. Okay, so I guess
I would suggest that somebody check out the pup tent before we do anything else, though.
Mm-hmm.
sure. I could take. It's not my specialty, but I could take a look in there.
You don't
See
have to
what's
roll
what.
for anything. You see some bones and some raw meat, and
And
they're
some mithril armor.
and a squeaky
No.
toy.
Yay!
You know what? I will take the squeaky toy.
Do it.
Totally. Squeaky toy is mine.
Mija, that will not help with your stealth.
And actually, 2 leashes.
Nope.
Oh,
I will also take the leashes, because I don't know what this is. This is weird. Why would you need this? Animals just go with you. Why would you do this? Clearly, this is a sign that they don't care about their animals' like thoughts and feelings. Why would you need to leash a dog? It's nonsense. But I will take the leashes and the squeaky toy and carry whichever of the dogs seems more appropriate. Or like,
One is grievously injured, and
Yeah.
the other one is just kind of like pawing at it.
all right, well, I think I'll take grievously injured. And you know what? Maybe I put the leash on the little one and I take it for a walk. Like, we can just walk together, I guess. Cool. I'm gonna go walk a dog. Sure.
Rolling a perception check.
Maybe. Oh, good. That is a nat 20, so 24.
Okay.
hey.
As you are getting over to put the leash on the little pup, you see the displacer kitten just on the edge of the camp, kind of watching you.
Do either of these creatures have a swim speed? I'm guessing no.
None
Not
of
swimmy
them
type
do.
things. All right, because I would love to ask them, but I can't. Perhaps. Go. Did I cut someone off?
I was about to say there was a conversation about which insinuated that the puppy and the kitten might be friends.
I will look at the puppy and I will look at the kitten, and I will try to ascertain if they are friends. What do you think I would roll for that?
Animal handling.
Okay. Because I'm willing to guess that they are, but I would like to maybe confirm. Because there literally was said in front of me, but animal handling, that's, I believe it's a 13, but I'm just going to double check. Yep, 13.
Okay. You get that. So where Champ had been totally hostile to this cat, you sense more anxiety coming from the puppy, who you remember his name is Jet.
Jet, yes.
And you get the feeling that the kitten really likes Jet.
I am the worst person to be doing this, and it's amazing.
So I will
The
awkward
Jet's clearly
Jet.
like upset about Champ being unconscious and is kind of anxious about the kitten being there.
Since I can't speak in telepathy, I will just sort of look at the dog, and when it doesn't respond to it telepathically, be like, do you want to go with the cat? Pets. And essentially just offer, like, very clearly, do you want to go with your friend?
Seeing you do that, the cat is going to just come over and start to nuzzle the puppy.
My heart is having trouble. I will shoulder the Champ and stand back and sort of nod. And if I have any baked goods or the baked good bag is handy, I will toss them some cheese and or meat and or peanut butter focused pastries of some kind,
Okay.
and like chuck them a little bit away from the camp and be like, go. And then turn and walk away with an almost dead hellhound on my back. As you do.
So the cat goes. The puppy just kind of looks back and forth between the two and sits and whines.
I would like to try and persuade the dog to go with the cat.
Okay.
Okay.
Give me an animal handling.
Not
But you
persuasion?
can use
Okay.
your charisma bonus.
Okay, cool. Oh, please bless us and save us. Oh, animal handling and charisma bonus. So that's a 4, 5. That's a 10.
Okay. I'm gonna say you have convinced the dog to at least somewhat make a decision. And
Okay.
it keeps like looking back at Mose over his shoulder and whining a little bit. But every time he does, the kitten just kind of nuzzles him. And they start to go down the mountain.
I think they'll be all right. They've got like 30 seconds. So make tracks. Or don't, because then they could find you. But yeah. So
can
yeah,
both teleport.
I'm off into a world of friendship. Okay. I'm gonna take the dog and walk away from this scene of incredible cuteness. And let someone else have a turn, because I've dominated long enough.
So you are carrying Champ.
Mm-hmm. This is gross.
Ursa wants to be alone with two humans that are about to come out of paralysis. Mama,
I would like.
what's going on with you?
Well, once we get Champ away, I'll do a little bit of healing
Okay.
on Champ. I think. But I think we're gonna need to be farther away.
There's gotta be a leash on Champ before that happens.
Yes. Okay.
Possibly both leashes, possibly hogtied with one leash. We will figure it out.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I have a feeling Champ isn't going to be stoked to see Ari.
Yeah.
Why? I'm great with dogs.
I'll have
See,
a
dogs love me.
bacon roll ready and cast a healing word on Champ.
Okay.
I have a sailor background. I can probably tie knots, so
10 hit points to Champ.
Okay.
maybe some muzzle action.
Yeah. And as if Champ wakes up, I'm gonna have the bacon roll like right there.
Champ does wake up and
I'm up.
sees Irie. Tries to blast fire and instead just coughs and wheezes.
Oh.
And like a little bit of smoke comes out.
Oh, do you want a bacon roll?
And growls and then devours that bacon roll.
I am more than willing to back away from this situation.
I'm gonna take the leash and just start petting. Alright.
Pretty much as long as you keep feeding it bacon rolls, it's gonna be okay.
Alright. Petting is a bonus action.
I want to, once this is in hand, I want to keep an eye on what's going on with Yrsa.
Okay,
And I would love to remain within 120 feet of the action.
you can do that.
Okay.
As long as
Cool.
you're more than 40 feet away.
I am more than 40 feet away.
And Champ keeps trying to like occasionally Mama, Champ's gonna try and like jerk down
No.
Dimos.
Stay.
And then he'll kind of look at you, and when you say stay, he stops. And then
Good.
wags his tail.
Good boy, Champ.
So, Yrsa, what's going on? We've got two people who are paralyzed.
Gonna try some intimidation.
Okay. While they're paralyzed?
They can still hear, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Thing about this is everything the snow touches is mine. I do not want you here. If you do not leave, I will kill you. So run. Run away and never return.
Ooh, she just...
Take that Lafleur friend of yours with you.
Oh, damn. Give me an intimidation check, hon.
$16.
16. Okay.
I was about to say if I could get an advantage on that because
I would love to help. I think I'm far. My tentacle's
Yeah.
gonna go out in like 30 seconds. Like, it's up for a minute, and I raised it right after hold person. So, like, if it could menace behind her and be frosty, if that would help.
and by the way, she is like whirling up snow and she is readying to go in. In fact, right before they're due to come out of this, she's going to go into a rage. And I bet she's going to have her eyes flash silver just for a moment.
The spiritual weapon is also still up, so there's like a spinning chancla
So
as
that
well.
16?
tentacle
16.
chancla.
Okay. You have sufficiently terrified Sugar. Mose, were he not paralyzed, would be frightened, but still maintained enough of himself that he wouldn't be showing it all too much. But yes, he is afraid of you and going to leave.
Okay. That's all I need. But still, it just basically whirling vortex of snow around her right now, eyes glinting silver, and just slightly stepped out of the way so that they have a clear path down the mountain, but watching them intently, axe at the ready.
Okay.
Love it.
All right. As they start to come out of the spell, she looks at you and sees the snow and looks at him and just goes, well, some esteemed, skilled hunter you turned out to be. And she stares him dead in the eyes and just goes, I think it would be a good idea if you brought me my garments from down the mountain. And with that, he turns on his heel without even looking at you, walks down, and you see him get smashed by the fur. And she looks at you and goes, I still want that dragon. I'll pay you for it.
Everything the snow touches is mine. Now leave!
All right, then. I'll be packing. She goes in her tent, and you hear her packing.
I'm gonna wait until she leaves.
Okay. Yeah, she packs up. She leaves all of his shit. And as you watch her walk down the mountain, you see his body underneath a pile of furs, like broken and distorted and bloodied. And she just snaps her fingers, and the pile of furs warbles into a bag of hers. And she slings it over her shoulder. And heads off.
Okay.
Well, that's
Okay, that is sick.
terrifying.
That is very terrifying.
Yep.
But hopefully that will take care of that. If not, I'll just kill her.
Cool.
Okay. And
I'm gonna get
we'll
down on.
I would love to take a short rest, y'all.
Well, you got a camp
Anytime's
right
good
there.
time.
Yeah, why
That's
not?
true. There's at least one tent is still there.
there is a camp. I say it would be good to have a short rest.
Did anyone
Replenish
take any
some hit.
damage?
Did he drop his pipe at any point?
Probably when he got smashed to pieces by the fashion golem, yeah.
If his pipe's around, I want it.
Okay. Yursa did take 10 points of damage. I
Okay.
think she was the only one that did.
You can go look for his pipe. It might be broken.
I
but
would love to go look for his pipe.
Head on down. Give me an investigation check to find his pipe in the
Sure.
snow.
Investigation. That's a 22.
Yeah, you find that pipe, and it is in good condition.
Excellent. I take the pipe and I tap the jug that's in it out and I blow through it and start to hum. I try to remember the Bad Eggs song and hum through it as I walk back up.
It's so flat.
Yeah. Someone told me that this was an ancient art, and I never heard it, but I'd like to try. Keeps trying.
All right, I'm gonna join in with my guitarón, and we're gonna play a song of rest to Bad Eggs.
those bad eggs.
Really bad eggs.
Really?
Oh,
Huevos malitos.
Oh my god, somebody please make a clip of that.
you just play it when something badass happens.
My new ringtone.
I'm just gonna play that whenever I want breakfast every morning.
When we do have t-shirts, like, huevos malitos. Oh my. Okay.
So yeah, you can take a short rest. You're
Awesome.
protected from the wind. That seems to be why they were here.
Okay.
Well,
I'll be right back just a sec.
Do y'all need a long rest?
I at least need a short rest.
Okay.
I would love a long rest.
Okay. Yeah, y'all can take a long rest.
Cool. Quick question, just game-wise. How long are we playing tonight?
We can be done in about 20 minutes.
Okay, that sounds good. I mean, I love playing. It's a matter of figuring things out.
I say, y'all are almost done. You have defeated the non-environmental obstacles.
I will be right back. That was fun.
Alright, friends, we're gonna take like a 3-minute break. So, hang on. What else will be here?
I'm hanging out too.
Yay! Hey, chat, ask your princesses anything, and we
Yeah.
will answer. I want more Mama songs.
I will sing more Mama songs. My Spanish is actually really, really, really terrible, like embarrassingly bad. I talk like a 3-year-old whenever I have to be like in conversation with someone.
Oh no.
It's pretty embarrassing. So I'm like racking my brain for little things that I do know that then I can make into songs.
Apparently, I speak I speak like French, Italian, and German, and apparently when I do speak Spanish, it's with a really thick Italian accent.
Amazing.
And I found that out because my partner is fluent in Spanish, and when we went to Costa Rica for our honeymoon, and I did not know he was fluent until he was just chatting everybody up, and they were like, "Oh, where did you learn? Are you like from Mexico?" And he's like, "No, I just grew up speaking this forever." And then I'm over there like, Italian Spanish lady. And they were like, "What language are you speaking?"
I am pretty awful at languages in general. I know like snippets and phrases of several different languages, but pronunciation's always off, and I always freeze when a conversation thing is going to happen. Like, I went to France for a quarter during college, and I got a few things, and there were a lot of things that made sense. I could read more than I could understand spoken, but it's like, okay, I'm doing pretty well. And then we went to a mixer with the people in town, and somebody rattled off this phrase in French, and my mind completely blanked.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I was in Cuba, they didn't get us a translator because they just relied on students to translate. And then one of the professors was like, "Jessica can translate. She speaks Italian." And I was like, "That's not the same language."
No.
I was like, I can understand like the gist, but not enough to translate. I'm like, I got 5 words.
Those small connecting words, they make a big difference.
I mean,
Words
I know
like
a little
don't
bit.
and no.
I know a little bit of Mandalorian of all things.
That's cool.
That is cool.
Ibitor, Jatnitor, Ashad Kirabor.
What's that mean?
Today is a good day for someone else to die.
Oh, I love that.
That's very Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Very much so. How do you say, "Get your hands off, this is my baby Yoda"?
I don't know that one, but the typical greeting is Katini, which means, "So you're still alive."
I love Mandalorian. That's so
That's great.
I'm just going to use that in real life.
Yeah.
Still alive. Yeah, that's like about as much Dothraki as I speak. Alright, so we're back. Yay, break officially over. And that was language class from Princess's Safe Travels. So yeah, you take a long rest, and you wake up since it was probably sunset when you went to go to sleep. Are you taking watches or just sleeping?
I'll keep watch.
Because you don't sleep.
I'm up anyway.
I'll probably take some of the watch simply because it isn't fair to have Ari do all of the watch, especially when I know she wants to read.
Yeah, I'll do some watch too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm an
And
early
I'm-
riser anyway.
So
Gonna
which,
be up the whole time, so I'll be hanging out.
who's doing what watch?
Probably first.
Okay.
I'll do the last watch so I can get a jump on, cooking breakfast in my armor.
So, so
That armor is my favorite mention.
full hot plate armor.
Yes.
Um,
So Ari,
I'll be like focused on watch in the middle, but I'm awake the whole time. So if like shit goes down, I'm not hard to wake, like get my attention. I'm up.
okay.
Yeah.
So Ari, during your watch, you start to hear a familiar voice in your head. Or coming from your necklace, maybe. But definitely coming from some place that is close to you.
I shift a little and check, like look over to see that the others are sleeping. And I continue to listen.
Poor, sweet child. It's been so long since I saw you. However are you managing up there?
It is a dangerous world, but I am a dangerous woman.
You are now, aren't you?
Much more so.
Would you like a gift?
I have liked every gift you have given me. Yes.
Take something for your voice.
My voice?
Just a little bit of persuasion, deception. Fools call it lying. I just want my girl to get away.
I will use it well, and I thank you.
Think of me when you do. I'm always watching.
I will, Sula, I will.
And then it fades.
And then Mama wakes up.
Why do you think I don't sleep? Ooh.
I wouldn't sleep either. Holy
Ah.
damn. Okay.
Ooh. All right, cool.
So, when Mama wakes up, what does she say?
I'm keeping watch and totally normal about it. What you probably see is a very shaken, sort of like Iris. What makes sense here? We're at the camp, so I think Irie is very close to the edge of like a cliffishness and facing into the cold.
and doesn't seem to be dressed for it or anything, and she seems to be having a conversation. And her eyes have gone sort of a dull gold yellow. And it kind of flickers back and forth. So like one is and then the other is. And it flickers and then begins to flicker out as the conversation ends and you wake up. And the necklace that she wears glows the same way, which is a little, like a snail shell, but kind of golden colored. And has some like barnacles on it, like it's kind of, and it starts to fade as you wake.
I'll go over and just kind of put my hand on her a little bit.
Jumps out of her skin, like yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, I'm good morning. Good morning. And starts like fixing her hair back and like realizes the bow that Lalani gave her has come a little undone, so she's like trying to tie it back, but it's that ponytail you do like when you're running somewhere. It's bad. And like the wind, it's not good.
Sit down. Braid your hair.
So she sits, and just sort of pushes her hair back.
Okay, I'll start braiding it, and every now and then kind of yanks a little. Just,
Like,
it's not gentle.
this is very
It'll look
strange.
good. It's going to look really, really good when it's done. You just have to sit still.
I should go against it when you pull. I
just hold still.
Okay.
Hold still.
Oh, okay.
It will look very nice.
Thank you.
What's going on with your eyes?
I mean, it's very cold. I can make ice. Sometimes. Cold, damage, ice, like that.
If you are talking to someone who is going to help you, that is good. But if that person is going to try and hurt you, be careful. Yeah?
I'm always careful. And she gets very quiet. She's doesn't seem to be lying with the whole eyes thing. She might not be aware of what it looks like.
Okay. As long as you're careful. I trust you.
And her like shoulders like shift and thank you. Yeah. So I thank you.
So get some rest, or read your book, or look at those paintings you like, or go put your hands by the fire, but don't burn yourself this time.
Yeah, I learning. And she like does I can almost do it at the thing where she blows the hair. Yeah. She goes and sits by the fire as instructed and gets out her book and does not read it and looks into the fire and sort of like, she's never had her hair braided because that's not a thing that they do in the water. Like, it's water. So like, this is strange and unusual. And yeah, that's where she's gonna hang out.
So, Mama, what'd you make him for breakfast on your armor?
Oh, well.
Yes, I live for this.
I'm just gonna like lay down and like crack some eggs on there, mix that up, get some tortillas going, flip those over. We've got some like sausage happening up by the pauldron. This is the greatest thing ever.
Did you see that picture that was like a Pikachu cooking pancakes on the back of a quilava? Like, that's what I'm imagining.
Yeah. I'll probably take the armor off before I use it.
Okay.
Yeah. Now that I'm thinking of it, like, I'm gonna have much better, freedom. I might try, like, one egg while I'm, like, in the armor and then just like, no, this is a mistake. Hopefully no one saw that. That was embarrassing.
By this point, Ursa, you have probably woken up.
Yeah, woken up to Mama, who's taken off her armor.
Yes. And I'm gonna be slipping Champ some snacks, little egg snacks.
Yay, champ.
Yeah.
Staying on the other side of the camp from Champ. Just kind of like giving him a little bit of a nod and making sure he's okay.
Champ is occasionally trying to help Mama cook by blowing fire on the food.
Oh, that's sweet.
Oh. I wish he didn't hate me when I tried to kill him.
He was protecting
So I'm
his
giving
daddy.
him space. That makes sense. Daddy didn't deserve it. I'm gonna give him space.
I'm glad we in particular know 2 dog lovers, so we don't have to explain to Mikali why we have adopted a dog.
I'm sure Macaulay just comes back and is like, what is this?
Yes. What have you done?
Lord Silk is like, excellent a friend.
Have to admit, was thinking about trying to coax the Displacer Beast into coming along with us,
Oh, yes.
but
And you should have 3 pets.
All of the D&D.
4, including Lord Silky. 4 pets.
Oh, I can't hug every Displacer Beast. Okay.
And Lilani's dragonfly. 5 pets.
all right, we don't need more pets. We don't need more pets. We need to save a dragon.
So it snowed over the course of the night, so those tracks are going to be difficult to find. You can find like the way that you followed them up, but beyond that, it might be difficult going up the mountain. It's a pretty straight shot up, but finding a way that has good footing will be hard.
Yursa's going to try and find a way, at least with athletics, it isn't going to be too difficult for her to catch herself or try to find the best footing. It might just be slow going.
Okay. Yeah, give me a survival check, I guess.
That's a dirty 20.
Yeah, you find a good path with some handholds, and are the rest of you going with Ursa after you've eaten?
Yep.
Are you taking Champ with you, or telling him to stay here?
He
I
should
see advantages to
totally-
both.
Yeah,
As-
he can
as
help
long-
us track.
Yeah, as long as Mama can keep him under control,
Yeah, that's the
I'd
main
say
thing.
he can come with. But Mama's shown that she's very good with dogs.
And he has a leash.
He does have a leash. I'll kind of pull the leash and say, "Come on, Champignon. Give me the mushroom.
Yeah.
Come on, let's go."
He'll follow you. He kind of looks over at Ursa and Ari, and it, like, makes almost a growl. Like, gets kind of bristly.
Nope.
And that, he just drops the bristles and just looks up at you.
Good boy. Good boy, Champignon. Okay, let's go.
Completely convinced this is magic.
And you get the idea that this is, like, the most affection Champ has probably ever had, ever.
Oh.
But buddy.
Like, he's totally been just like a dog with a job.
Aw,
Like,
dogs are good. So are hugs.
so you make your way around this mountain, and the wind starts to pick up. And Champ's paws start to skitter on the ice a little bit. And I want everybody to give me a dex or strength save to hang on to this here mountain.
Oh, if it's a save, I'll roll dex. That's an 8. As in, I ate it when I fell, probably.
I got a 14.
Mine was a 9, so not doing good here. Wait.
Okay.
Would this be an instance? Well, it's not a trap or anything, but would the advantage apply here? Danger sense.
It's not a trap. It's more just a hazard
Yeah,
of
no,
the
it's
environment.
it's when dodging away from dangers. Saving throws against effects that you can see, such as traps or spells.
It's like the wind.
I don't think that counts.
I don't think that counts.
Yeah, no, 9.
Champ failed his save too.
Aww.
So,
All fours.
everybody's gonna kind of skitter down the mountain a little bit.
Can
and-
Yrsa use her axe to stop her momentum, just kind of like putting it in the ice?
Yeah, give me a dex save for that.
Dex? Okay.
Just to catch yourself before you totally fall.
5. No, that was not a good
Okay.
idea.
I would love to attempt the same thing with my mace as I go merrily bouncing down the hill.
I mean, you're not falling all the way down the hill. Y'all are
Okay.
taking like.
Just
But yes,
backsliding a bit.
Go ahead.
Cool. Cool.
You can do it with your mace. Give me
Yeah.
a dex save.
9.
Okay, so you also missed that.
You know what? The dice wanted to tell a story here, and I'm gonna let them.
So y'all both hit, and then it just kind of slides off of the ice.
Yeah.
And everybody give me a d6 of fall damage.
Those.
Tres.
Three. Okay.
All right.
Someday I'm gonna have to make a charisma save, and I'm sure I'll roll low then too. But that'll be an interesting day.
So the place that you fell actually appears to be kind of a rocky outcropping that leads to a cave. It's actually sort of fortunate that you fell here.
Hmm.
Ooh,
Okay.
well.
I have a 60 feet of dark vision. Can I see anything in this cave? Or I could get a little closer, maybe.
Yeah, you can see into this cave, which appears to be icy, but not as wind-blown as where you were. It
Okay.
also appears to go up inside the mountain, just in a dark and less windy way.
These are like the undersea caves. But you don't have these in mountains, do you? This seems weird.
These are. I mean, it seems fairly natural, right? We have caves in mountains a lot.
And they go up. Oh,
Sometimes it depends on the cave formation. It happens. Sometimes the way water melts and drips affects it.
how wonderful. She's gonna stare up for a little while. But yeah.
Is it icy in this cave? Or is the snow done?
The ground is not icy, but it's icy leading up to the cave. But do you have dark vision?
I do not, no.
Okay. So you can't really tell how icy it is in here unless you, like, light a torch.
Okay. I will defer to my colleagues with dark vision.
Yrsa does not have dark vision either.
Dark
Just...
vision! Good. I can see far enough to get into trouble. Excellent.
I would hesitate to light a torch or anything like that. Perhaps we can rely on Aerie to guide us.
That sounds like a great plan.
It sounds like a
I can
wonderful
try.
plan.
Yes. We trust you, Aerie. And I'm going to... I think I'm gonna cast Water Walk so we can move across ice and snow.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That is baller.
Easily, yeah. Any liquid surface such as water, acid, mud, snow, quicksand, or lava as if it were harmless solid ground.
That's awesome.
Nice.
Yeah. So just in case we run into something slippery. Yeah. Pass on all of it.
Cool.
And champ.
And everybody give me a perception check, but make it Mama and Yrsa make it a disadvantage.
Okay. So mine's just a straight roll?
Yeah. Because you can see in the dark.
Cool. Perception, that's a 21.
Okay?
10.
Okay.
Got an 8.
Okay. So, Irie, you see,
I might actually be able to help.
you see up on top of the cave what appear to be... It's hard to tell what they are if you had more time to study them or knew more about... If Yrsa could see them, she would probably know. But they appear to be like pixies or fairies made of ice. And wherever they touch, like a snowflake or ice crystal blooms out of their feet. And they appear to be ice skating along the top and sides of the cave.
You hear her murmur, "What happens when water gets cold?"
And starts to essentially explain, there are tiny beings. It's hard to tell, probably small, dancing on the ice.
I assume Yrsa would recognize this description.
Yrsa, you know that these things are beautiful, but they are a pain in the ass. These are ice methods.
Oh. Yes,
That's
they are.
amazing.
They're very beautiful. We should try to avoid them if we can.
Beautiful and dangerous. That's wonderful.
Bless before we get too far in.
Party of 3, it's pretty nice.
Use that extra D4.
The Lionel just said in chat, they're nefarious.
Yep, that's, pretty much.
So are you going to try and sneak by them or just kind of walk by and hope they don't bug you?
Could
The
try
last
and
time
be
I
a
tried to
little-
sneak. We could
I think
try
we should at
sneaking,
least attempt.
Yeah.
Okay.
and if not, we'll deal with it. Okay. And
You're all blessed.
We're all blessed.
So, okay, well, we are very blessed. Okay. And it's stealth. So 19. Thank you, bless.
17.
Nice.
Also, thank you, Bless.
Thank you, Bless. Unfortunately, you couldn't help me much.
Oh.
8.
So, Mama and Irie sneak along. Let's see. Yrsa, as you're walking, a couple of these skaters start to follow you, and you notice them pointing at your axe.
Oh no.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I'm gonna stop and just say, you two go on ahead. And she's gonna look back and just kind of tilt her head in question.
They one of them points at your axe and then blows out a breath of frost.
Yes. And Yurso will actually like do a bit of because she can summon ice.
Yeah.
So does a bit of that as well.
They get really excited about that. And one of them tries to jump and land on your axe. Are you going to let that happen?
Maybe bring it out and let them examine it.
Okay. So it sort of flies over and lands on the flat of your axe. And as it walks, more ice just gathers around your axe. Everywhere it steps. Kind of crystallizes.
Okay. I'm trying to discern their intentions here. It looks like they're curious about it. They're excited about ice magic and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
But they're making no moves to take the axe. They're just excited to see it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And you haven't made a move to attack them.
No.
They don't see a lot of people.
Well, she's going to kind of like thank them for their time, and it's just like, I'll come back this way in just a bit, and I'll let you examine it a little bit more. But I need to catch up with my friends.
What languages do you speak?
I do speak Primordial.
Okay.
But I speak kind of the airish version.
Do you speak
of it.
Orin?
Yes.
Okay. So they ask you in Orin, like what it does.
It is a weapon, and it attacks with ice. It is, however, cursed as well.
And when you say curse, a couple of them start laughing.
Oh. Did not realize that was funny.
Go, well, what kind of damage could ice really do? It's not like fire.
Well,
You'd get cursed on purpose just for ice?
it wasn't on purpose. However, it can do other things.
And then you hear one of them go, "Can it skate?" And you see it spinning around above you.
No, I'm afraid it can't. Would have probably preferred that.
Can you skate?
I can.
Race?
When I return, we shall have a race.
Don't make a promise you can't keep.
All right then. Just in case, we can do a short race now. If I return this way, we shall have another.
She's gonna race! And then you see a couple of them line up on the ceiling.
Okay.
First one to the baby wins. 1, 2, 3, go!
Okay.
And they just take off skating into the cave like a shot.
Yeah, we'll form ice on my boots, and I am just gonna go racing after them.
Can you see?
Not very well.
Okay.
And at this point, don't really care. But it's a race, and she's determined to. She has a torch that she can light.
Okay.
However, lighting it on the run is probably going to be a little difficult.
Yeah, they're not really gonna like fire either. But they're kind of laughing as you race, and they're like, she can't catch up, she won't see the baby. So, Irie and Mama, you see Yrsa skating off into the darkness.
I'm honestly very curious what this conversation in Orin sounds like.
Oh, absolutely.
Is this like trying to read a recipe in Infernal? Like, what does this sound like?
Yeah, it sounds a little bit like whistling, like wind when it passes through something.
Awesome.
Okay.
I unfortunately cannot whistle, so
I
I
can't
would not
either.
be able to interpret.
Imagination. Oh, that's cool. So I have dark vision. I'd like to watch this going down. I have no idea what they're about to do, apart from the fact that they start lining up and then move real fast, or move real quickly. So I want to see about following or tracking. Like,
Okay.
are there little marks where the ice has gone? If they're like, I don't know, if they're like road runnering, can I follow the smoke cloud that goes behind? Like, what is this?
Yeah, the fog cloud, sure.
Sure.
Little
I would
ice
like to
shard.
follow that stealthily, but with urgency.
Irie, what's your passive perception?
My passive perception is listed on my sheet, which is open here. 14.
Okay. So, as you're about to take off, you notice an icicle that is next to you suddenly open its eyes and look at you. And you realize it's one of those Mephit pixies that's just been standing incredibly still. And first in Orin, and then in Aquin, it says, better catch your friend.
I'll certainly try. And then I will smile, and then I will try to catch my friend. That's super cool.
So, Mama, you have now seen both of these girls run off.
All right, yeah, let's go. We're going stealth and just running down. I'll probably, if there was there a light? Did you light a torch?
No, there's no light.
Yrsa
If there's a
will
torch
attempt
out,
to
I can
light her
spark it.
way.
Like, I can spark it with a spell if a torch is out, but I don't think I had one out.
Nobody
You know what,
turned
I'm
on
gonna
a torch.
I'm gonna just do some sacred flames, just whoosh, whoosh, like in front while we're running.
And they're radiant. They're not.
Yeah,
Yeah, fire.
It'll go out in a minute, but you know,
I mean, at least it will help.
yeah.
So,
I can create a shower of sparks, maybe. Like, I'm running and I've got like blue sparks, so I'm Tokyo drifting on the way. I don't. Sure.
it's like, I remember reading the pyrotechnic spell and thinking it sounded way cooler than it is. It's like, pyrotechnics, you can create a pile of smoke. Me.
Like, when prestidigitation has you beat, like, I'm never gonna crap on prestidigitation. It's a great spell, but like, if you require a slot and prestidigitation is cooler.
And you're called pyrotechnics? You should be
Really?
like fucking fireworks. Like, I should get a
Yeah.
flare.
Seriously, column of fire. Like,
Yeah.
come on.
Be like the 1812 overture. On. Big, yeah.
So you are skating through this dark cave with radiant flames coming out of you. Give me
No
a
longer
dex
stealth.
save just because it's hard to see what you're doing.
Ooh, 12. Oh no, 10.
Bless?
Ah, I'm blessed.
Oh, wait, no, it saves. Sorry, I don't know how that works.
Yeah.
Okay.
10.
And I assume I need a dex save.
Yeah,
Do I need to dex save? Because I can see.
you can see you're fine.
Okay, cool.
17.
You are fine.
Oh, bless does work on saving throws.
Add
Oh,
that
it
in,
does?
Mama.
Yeah. So 14.
Okay. You are all okay. Mama, you trip a little bit, but you don't fall.
Woo. And, like, you okay back there? Or, like, wherever. Yeah.
And when you trip, you hear chilly laughter coming from above you.
This is the weirdest sport, you guys.
You start to go higher and higher. The air gets thinner and harder to breathe for everybody except Irsa. And suddenly you get to a room. You can run 40, Irsa?
Yes.
Okay. So you arrive right before this massive group of icicle fairies in this cavern. And it is dark. So that is all I will tell you until Mama gets there. You are in a big dark room and you hear behind you an Orin. Oh, she is fast.
So Blue Sparks and Sacred Flame come running up,
Okay.
I guess.
And Irsa, you hear, thanks for the race. Meet you out front on the way back.
Yes. See
Don't
you later.
trip.
Yeah, going to ready levitate because that was a very pointed warning.
So, when you get here with the light, you see a large room, like what looks like the peak of the cave. There is a small opening at the top, and what appears to be a larger opening way out the back. But it's not terribly bright out anymore. You've had a long day of ice skating and traveling. So the light that is in there, like, wouldn't light the whole place. But it does cast some light. And what you see is a massive dragon skeleton on the ground. Curled around a whitish, bluish shell that is cracked open. And huddled in the rib bones is a small baby dragon chomping on some of those pixies.
There.
Yeah, I'm going to ask Mama for some of the bacon for breakfast.
Oh yeah, and have some bread while you're at it. You have so much bread.
Have some bread.
And have some bread.
Have some bread.
Yeah.
Was Lilani the only one who spoke Draconic?
I speak
I
Draconic.
think
Okay.
so. Oh, no, good.
I speak Draconic.
Right. With the blue dragon, that came up, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So let's see. So are you sneaking in or just walking up?
Kind of walking up, being as non-threatening as possible, and laying down some of the bacon between where we are and it is.
So this white dragon whips its tail around, and you see that it has more developed wings than the other ones that you've seen. Like it hasn't been starving or mistreated or anything. It's just been here by itself. And it turns and looks at you, and you see these frosty blue eyes with silver in them. And as it eyes that bacon, it just leaps between the ribs and lunges for it.
Mama, I think we're going to need more. Maybe empty out that bread bag.
Pile of bread.
Bag of holding of bread.
Yeah.
May not be starving, but this is larger than any of the dragons we have met so far.
That's one big baby. How big is it?
It would be about as big as Lilani if she were here.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to ask it in Draconic. What is your name?
And it kind of looks at you. Goes, name?
What do you call yourself?
They call me
I
Does that
see.
sound like anything in Orin?
sounds like baby in Orin.
Oh.
I'll ask Yrsa what it means.
Means baby.
Oh. Oh, okay, baby. Baby.
It goes, no. And then it tries to whistle again. And-
I'm so sorry.
I would try to duplicate the whistle
His
noise.
name?
And Yrsa's gonna try Orin to see if it perhaps understands more Orin. It's just like,
Okay.
it's a description more than a name.
As soon as you start to speak Orin, it whirls on you and starts like sniffing up. And then sees you and kind of cocks its head and looks confused and goes, food? You sound like food?
And I don't know Draconic. Mama, what did...
And it starts to kind of whistle at you, but it can't really form the words to say anything in Orin.
Ah.
Not food.
That looks aggressive. That looks aggressive.
Yeah. I said she sounded like food.
Perhaps I should refrain from speaking in Orin for now.
Not food. Little. But, friends. Here to help. You are all alone. And we have a friend who has a family for you.
It kind of sits up and cocks its head and goes, what is family?
It's other creatures who take care of you, who feed you, who make sure you are warm or cold if that is what you prefer. To talk to, not to eat, but to maybe eat with.
And it kind of looks at the skeletal dragon and just goes, family?
Yes.
Not talking.
That's hard. Sometimes family doesn't always. Sometimes we die and it's sad, and we're still here though, inside. Do you remember?
I go
Family?
inside, and it just scampers in between the ribs. It goes inside.
Oh, buddy.
Family?
It feels like that, but they talk to you.
Your name?
Yes, my name is Mama.
Mama!
Mama.
Family.
Aw.
Mama, stay. Family.
Yes. But this is not a good home for you by yourself. Don't you think you would feel safe with others? Yes?
My cave. My family. And it trots over to you and starts to kind of nip at your clothes to bring you over to the skeleton and goes, Mama, stay.
Oh.
Oh boy. Yrsa, Irie, it wants us to stay. It does not want to come with us.
Well, perhaps we could stay here for a bit. Well, perhaps you can explain the concept of brothers and sisters, which are in a different cave.
Yes. Yes, a new family, brothers, sisters, people to play with, people to practice your ice breath with.
Not laugh and eat.
No, not laugh and eat, but help and be kind, mostly.
Mostly.
But you would be the biggest one.
I am the biggest one.
You are, yes.
I have a cave. Stay.
Oh boy.
New family in cave.
Oh, but see, we can't stay. We have our own families outside of cave. And if we don't come back, they will be sad.
And at that, baby's tail just starts like lashing back and forth really fast. It goes, no, my mama. You're gonna say something, Irie?
It's
I
like
really want to have something to say.
Yrsa at this point is looking at the lashing tail, going, "Mama."
This look. As if snatches of this are being translated.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'll give you the gist.
Yeah. It's like I mean, it is a bigger cave, and there are dragons to play with, and other foods to eat. Those would make me want to go. Different cave, different food.
and just like perhaps different kinds of food, like the bacon and the bread.
Yes.
After all, we can't find those in a cave.
That's right. I'll pull out more bacon and more bread.
It's gonna just devour that.
Wonderful. There's
Good food.
more food like this in other caves.
Remember the kitchen that could
Yes.
cook anything.
Mm-hmm. Any
So
food
much bread.
What
Want.
is kitchen?
Kitchen is
can
at the
take
other
you.
cave.
We thought they'd like the other cave, so we wanted to tell them about the other cave. Should check it out.
Iris,
Two caves.
they're gonna start paying attention to you. Particularly the necklace you're wearing. And it just kind of pads over and puts its paws against your knees. And is trying to take your necklace off.
Is it the clockwork one or the seashell one? Because honestly, I'm really blinged out right now.
Whichever one is shinier.
That's probably the clockwork one.
Okay, it's trying to take that clockwork necklace off.
This is not normal. Okay. They're just gonna start talking to and assume translation. There are so many shiny things at the other cave. So many. We couldn't bring them all. Thought you might want to see some of them.
Show.
Yrsa's gonna bring out another kind of necklace, really shiny with sparkly gems.
It immediately pads over, tries to grab that from you with its teeth.
I'm actually gonna let that go.
Okay. It takes that from you and walks back into the ribcage, walks in a circle, and drops it. And says, "My hoard." And then just sits down on top of the necklace.
There's a Irie goes into brainstorming mode and she reaches for the book to make a list and then puts it away. It's it's not the time. Likes the shinies. There are lots of shinies at the other
Carabas.
cave.
Yeah.
Yeah, Carabas.
Carabas's cave.
Caravas's cave and different food. I mean, we went over the different food.
But not my hoard.
You would have your own hoard.
Your own. You get to choose it.
More than one?
More than one.
So many more.
Give me a persuasion.
All right.
Guidance.
Just me? Is anybody helping?
Yours has been helping with this, so
Yeah.
I think that should count.
Advantage with guidance, maybe? Please
Yeah,
work.
let's try this.
Guidance for sure.
I'm gonna take a picture of this because this is some nonsense.
Plus guidance.
Yeah, add advantage plus guidance.
Do you still get 2 ones?
Persuasion. No. Well, let's see. Actually, having that proficiency. Thank you, Sea Witch. That's 6 plus 7, so that's a 13.
Okay.
Because I rolled a 5 and a 1 for guidance.
Oh.
That's at advantage because the other was a 3. I'm new at the persuading. There are some kinks. So that's a 13. That's for trying.
So Baby kind of looks at you, and then they seem to be trying to put the necklace on.
Yrsa would help with that. I mean, it should fit
Mm-hmm.
around, and Ed will work the clasp and put it around the dragon's neck.
Goes,
I could do some little blue sparks around it once it's on.
okay. It likes that a lot. And Baby just goes, Horde comes. We go.
We
go.
we go.
If you lie or laugh, eat.
That's fair.
That is very fair.
No. Don't tell any
want-
jokes. We should be fine.
you want to take something to remember this family by? Maybe one of the smaller bones?
It kind of, baby sort of walks over and picks up part of the tail. And, remember.
Memories are one of the most powerful treasures in your hoard, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Good. We go.
I'm gonna kind
Yeah,
of. They start
I-
fussing and goes, "Where hoard?"
we're going to take you to the horde.
Gestures to the tail and to its necklace. Says, "Where hoard?"
Yes, actually going to. She probably has. She's actually going to take one of the bows from the ribbons on the arrows that
Okay.
she just got for Lilani. She's just like, I'm sorry, Lilani, I will get you another ribbon, but this is the sacrifice we have to make, and we'll
Shiny.
thread the ribbon like through the bones or tie it on so
Mhm.
that the dragon can wear the bones as
A necklace.
kind of like another necklace.
Okay. They seem satisfied now.
Mhm.
And they go, "Mama."
Oh, you're large. Probably get tipped over a little. Oh. Alright, I'm going to use a sending spell to let Carabas know that we have found the baby white dragon and we are heading back. Is this good? Yes? Everyone's cool with this?
Yeah,
Yeah.
seems good. I'm gonna have some questions about what how we're gonna are we walking, or should we fly for as far as we can, or there are some carpooling questions, but that's fine.
Ah.
Cool.
I'm really excited. I have a spell that's actually managed to help, so that's all.
If you say the words "fly" in Draconic, baby will immediately flap their wings and start to fly out of the cave.
Oh,
Okay, so
I
we
guess
are
we're
heading
flying.
after baby.
Let's follow baby.
How many of you can
Alright.
fly?
I can
Levitate.
cast fly,
Okay.
and if this won't last very long, but if we want to make it, look, I can. Mama, if you want to fly again, we can fly with the dragon.
Okay. Yursa, you have levitate?
Yeah, but I should
Just
be able
hold
to.
hands.
I should be able to keep up on the ground for the most part, and if I need to levitate, I can. But I have a feeling Yursa can keep up on the ground for the most part.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so we're flying for 10 minutes, and we're probably gonna beat those ice methods on the way out.
You are just passing them because they flew out the cave entirely. So you were back in the cold, in the wind.
Cool.
Yeah, and Yursa, as she's passing, is just like, okay, going to race you from here to the cave entrance. 1, 2, 3, go.
And once you get out there, you realize baby has no idea where they're going.
Do we have any idea where we can retrace our
Yeah.
steps, right? Cool.
Yeah.
We'll fly us up for 10 minutes, y'all.
And you two can fly with baby for a bit and get the right general direction.
Okay. So
I
baby's
love
got a
that.
flight speed of 60 feet, so they can go pretty fast.
Yep. We match speed
Okay.
while
So
flying.
they'll
'cause
fly
it's
with you.
60.
I mean, if Yursa's sprinting, she can do 80.
okay, shit.
If I have
if it's a fly speed of 60, you can't fly and dash with that, can you? Or can you? This has never come up for me.
I've had monsters do it.
Yeah.
Holy crap! So 120 feet of wow.
Yeah.
All right, that's good to know.
But that just assumes that you're going to be sprinting while
exhausted.
flying, though.
yeah,
which-
exactly. I just it had never come up for me before.
Yeah, that would
That's
come
cool.
into effect with like a chase or something.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
yeah,
Flying.
y'all can get pretty far down the mountain.
Yep. And if it's all we want to do, I can cast it again. My 2 are spent, and then I got a short rest for an hour. But
Okay.
like, if we wanted to do a leapfrog of 20 minutes of flying, an hour of rest, 20 minutes of flying, an hour of rest, we could.
I will say you land and suddenly a portal opens in front of you. And you hear a voice from the other side that says, you know, if you just waited an extra few minutes in the cave, you wouldn't have had to do that. Now I've cast this twice in one day. Come on. Bring the dragon.
It's like, unfortunately, somebody mentioned a certain word, and
Use the F word.
and this dragon seemed to be a little bit more developed than the others.
And at the portal, baby kind of just looks at you and says, we go?
Yep. Inside there, you will have brothers and sisters and a horde.
We go.
We go.
And that's where we'll leave it for tonight.
So many feelings!
I love baby.
Baby! Oh, the skeleton! I'm not okay.
So thank you so much, chat, for joining us for the return of Princesses Save Dragons. Lord, what is next week? Are we back? Okay, I'm going to say we're trying to be back next week, right? That's the 29th, and we can get this
Yeah, I
whole
think so.
shebang wrapped up.
Probably
so-
doable.
Yeah. And yeah, I'm Jess. You can see me on Twitter at Miss_Jess03. Subscribe to this channel for fun emotes. And just this week, Book of Season Solstices came out. So get that on DM's Guild. It's right behind me. It's really wonderful. It's a great Christmas present or Hanukkah present or Kwanzaa or Solstice. It's a really great solstice present, actually, but you're a day late for that. But yeah, check it out. It's 20 adventures for tiers 1 through 4. And the first thing I've ever produced. So yeah, thank you so much for joining us. And Mama, tell us who you are and what you do.
Hey everyone, I'm Christina. You can find me on Twitter at 20xtina. I also worked on Book of Seasons. I just wrote though. I wrote a really dorky, doofy adventure for the summer. So if you're like me and craving the sun, oh gosh, will it come back? You can, get some Pacific Northwest summer vibes down at Large Palm Music Festival. Be chill. Also, you can check out on DM's Guild the Midwinter Ghost Stories if you're a little bit spooky. And go to Gothic Earth with Jess and me, and get really get a little bit of the ghostly horror in your Midwinter.
The Haunting of the Lovelace Family.
They're all awful, and I love
I
them.
know, they're so
Please, come meet the Lovelaces.
Irie, who are you and what do you do?
Hey, I'm Margaret. I'm Margaret Maynard on all the social media that I participate with. So you can find me on Twitter. You can technically find me on Instagram. But I design geeky D&D themed enamel pins. I'm actually going to be adding some new designs soon, so I'm very excited about that cover a couple different interests. Also crafting, because craft nerd. You can find my writing in Volume 2 of the Uncaged Anthology and in the upcoming Volume 4 of the Uncaged Anthology, where I have a series of items that I designed with protest in mind. So they are all restorative and encouraging magical items that would work very nicely if you're a person who likes to take to the street and express yourself peacefully, though your D&D character does not have to be peaceful. Anyway, so check those out. They're full of lots of really cool things for any party who wants to play. That's me.
And Ursa, who are you? What do you do?
Hi, I'm Zan, and I'm on Twitter under Pale White Rabbit, as well as Instagram. I am an artist mostly, but I have written an adventure for Uncaged Volume 2, and I have art in Uncaged Volume 2 and 4, I want to say, as well as art in Book of Seasons. What else? And I will be, and I'm doing art and a lot of stuff for Beyond the Veil, which should be coming out fairly soon. I don't know the schedule on that one, but yeah, I do a lot of stuff.
All right, well, thank you so much for joining us. If you have holidays coming up, I hope you enjoy them, and it's always a pleasure to be here with you. So thank you so much, and we'll see you next week. Bye, everyone.